is sponsored by Crypto.com, the world's fastest growing crypto app. Hope you've been enjoying this wild, chaotic Week 10 from college football. I know the five of us have. Glad you're with us. Rob Stone, Brady Quinn, Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, the coach, Bob Stoops with you. San Diego State, Hawaii coming up next. But first, it was the 10th straight week where a top 15 team fell to an unranked side, and it happened a couple times. We begin our Crypto.com highlights with number 3 Michigan State at a Purdue team that had already shocked then number 2 Iowa. King Do-Roo from 1 yard out, Boilermakers up 7. Go to the fourth quarter, Sparty down 13 on 4th down. Peyton Thorne picked.
What a play by Mackey. Sealed the game for Purdue. Another big win. West Lafayette.
Congratulations.
They're going crazy.
Yep.
Hey, man,
That's a great job.
There's a couple snipers in the Big Ten. Nebraska trying to take down number 5 Ohio State. C.J. Stroud, his third 400-yard passing game of the year. But Jackson Smith and Chigba, man. This went for 75 yards, 15 grabs, 250 yards for him. Buckeyes, 8-1, 6-0 in the Big Ten. Number 20, Minnesota, atop the Big Ten West.
Now you still rowing the boat?
You've been on that boat for
Big
4 years.
That's right, the Illinois sniper, Brandon Peters with the touchdown. Tanner Morgan picked twice. Illinois gets another upset. They take care of number 20, Minnesota, in a rock fight, 14-6. You want upsets? I got your upsets. Number 12, Baylor, taking on a TCU team that's now guided by Jerry Kill on an interim level. Gary Patterson and Horned Frogs parting ways over the weekend. Fourth quarter, Chandler Morris was epic, guys. 461 through the air and 2 touchdowns. Rushed for a team-high 70 as well. Gary Bohannon, last gas, picked off. TCUD does it.
Coach Patterson still helped them put the defensive plan and the whole plan together.
Hey, number 11, Oklahoma State, quietly lurking out there, very much alive in the playoff picture. They took care of West Virginia.
Spencer Sanders made some great throws in this game.
How about the Oklahoma State D, Brady?
The Oklahoma State D had 8 sacks on Jared Dakey, and this one they stepped up in a big way.
They're a solid football team.
Yep. Man. Big SEC West showdown, essentially an elimination game. And
hold on to the ball.
That's my man, Bo.
Look at Michael Clemens. Look at that stride. My goodness.
What was
I don't know about that finish,
That's a big man.
That finish was horrible.
A&M still alive in the SEC West.
Before.
Number 1, Georgia, they know they're already off to the SEC championship game. Would they get there unbeaten? Missouri was up 3-0, and then the barrage.
no defense for it.
Great
A
throw.
perfect pass.
Telling you what, Stetson Bennett, efficient, makes some plays with his legs. Obviously, a ton of weapons, but that defense, once again, outstanding.
505 yards of offense for Georgia. Wild one in Chapel Hill. Number 9, Wake Forest, could not slow down. Ty Chandler goes in from 21 yards out to tie things at 48. There's still 10.5 left in this one. Under 2 to go. Carolina up 3 more from Chandler. 214 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns.
Coach, you had to hate watching this being a defensive guy, right?
Oh, geez. Yeah, well, that was hard to watch.
No defense at all. Routes on there.
Number 6, Cincinnati. They've struggled the last couple weeks getting some style points. It continued this week at home with Tulsa.
Oh, how do you not go across the yard of the game?
That was on 4th and 5. So Desmond Ritter and company takes over. Desmond didn't fumble. He fumbled it. Tulsa recovers
Pick
it.
it up and run in the end zone.
Tulsa
What are you
struggling,
doing?
though, right? It goes to 4th and goal. Steven Anderson.
I think they were off.
That's why you should have got up, man.
Cincinnati survives. Not pretty, but they survive. It's all about just getting those wins, right, Coach?
Well, I don't know. They don't seem to penalize you for losing.
Number 10, Notre Dame.
Turkey hole.
Laser.
Jack Cohn. Kevin Austin Jr., 70-yard strike. Irish win it.
Gotta love Cohen, huh?
Cone dog.
Make sure to catch a special Fox NFL Sunday pregame show live from Annapolis, 11 a.m. Eastern. Then at 4 o'clock, it's one of the biggest games of the year. The Packers taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. It all kicks off tomorrow on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Week 10, college football, not done yet. San Diego State, Hawaii coming up next.
Let me tell y'all something, and I'm only gonna say this once.
Get your free adult comedy fix. Free? Free. Free. Featuring the dope, star-studded Tubi original, The Freak Brothers.
Yeah, I can't handle it.
Tubi, the largest free destination for all your favorites. Download and watch free.
I got some things to get off my chest, so I'm going to go ahead and kick this one off. Receivers, notoriously divas, we know that. Really gonna say that as a player?
Speak for yourself. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
3, 2.
It's showtime.
Are we gonna be clean or are we gonna be dirty?
I will bet you all you want to bet.
What is happening?
Just one of the most beautiful places on the planet. And on this Saturday night, a little Mountain West football after dark. The Rainbow Warriors of Hawaii hosting San Diego State, coming in ranked number 24 in the country, despite losing their first game of the season. So certainly out to make a statement here in Hawaii tonight. Dan Hellie alongside Robert Smith at the Chin Complex, and full capacity crowd allowed for the first time this season. All on hand to see this guy, Chevan Codeiro, the healthiest he's been in about a month, Robert.
Yeah, he missed the last 3 games, or the 3 games before Utah State a week ago, and it's not just his arm, but it's his legs that can be so dangerous. He actually led Hawaii in rushing last year, the first time that a Hawaii quarterback has done that since 1961. If they want to come out of this game with a win tonight, his legs are going to have to be a factor.
Codeiro going to be keeping an eye on this guy, defensive end Cameron Thomas, 2-time first-team All-Mountain West, and he gets after quarterbacks.
Yeah, defensive coordinator Kurt Maddox calls Cam Thomas a blessing because of how easy it is to coach and all the things that he could do. But one man's blessing could be another man's curse, and he's been a quarterback's curse all season long. Actually leads the nation. You see that? 15 QB hits. He actually leads the nation, second in the nation in QB hurries, both in the run and the pass. Going to be important to stop that Rainbow Warrior offense tonight.
Cameron Thomas in the Aztecs defense thinking about a conference title, while the Rainbow Warriors hoping for a bowl game. To get there, they need this win tonight. Kickoff coming up.
Oh, I'm so glad we did this.
I'm so glad we did this.
I'm so glad we did this.
I'm so glad we did it!
I'm so
glad we did this.
Life is for living. Let's partner for all of it.
I'm so glad we did this.
Edward Jones.
When you spend all year serving others, when you lead by example, you don't just land on the nice list. You get rewarded by becoming the top brand in new vehicle quality in the automotive industry. Celebrate all the good you've done this year at the Ram Black Friday sales event.
Get 1 full year of no extra cost Sirius XM on us and 0% financing for 72 months, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2021 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
It's a great time to get Domino's, because right now, if you order online and carry out with Domino's Carside Delivery between 4 to 9, you'll get 49% off all menu price pizzas. See what we did there? With the 4 and the 9?
Kinda funny.
Get 49% off all menu price pizzas for a limited time only.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
That's poison ivy.
The 36th meeting between the Aztecs of San Diego State and the Rainbow Warriors of Hawaii. San Diego State has certainly controlled this as of late. And back here on the islands. Always a tough place to play. And this is going to be Brady Hoke, who is no stranger to playing against the Rainbow Warriors. Ball State, Michigan, Tennessee, San Diego State. He has been well-traveled, as many head coaches have these days, Robert.
Yeah, he certainly has. And how about his career when he was playing at Ball State? His last year, 150 tackles for Brady Hoke. That was impressive.
There is Todd Graham in his second year as the head coach of Hawaii. Most recently, he was the head coach at Arizona State. And he has certainly gone through some trials and tribulations here. The most recent one is playing in a temporary complex, the Clarence T.C. Ching complex. And they didn't allow fans for the first 3 games of the year. Then they allowed 1,000 fans. And this is the first time they've been able to have more than 1,000 fans here. They've expanded the stadium. They put in new turf. This is going to be the temporary home, since Aloha Stadium was basically condemned several years ago. And the student section ready to go.
Yeah, you talk about the tough travel to Hawaii. What about from Hawaii? Hawaii this year, 7 road games, the most that they've ever had. They're going to travel more than 40,000 miles round trip throughout the season. That's about almost 2 times around the world.
If only the guys could get frequent flyer miles, they'd have platinum status by the end of the season.
The same thing for sure.
And the Aztecs receiving the first kick of the game inside the 5-yard line. The return out past the 20. Jordan Byrd past the 40 and then into plus territory with a great return for the Aztecs. Fine field position to get things started here.
Yeah, and Jordan Byrd, one of the running backs on this team, such an explosive player. Special teams going to be really big tonight. We talk about Ariza, the punter and place kicker for the San Diego State team. You've got a great punter and kicker on the other side of the ball, but you've also got some really dangerous return men on both sides.
And here is Lucas Johnson, his 5th start of the season. 3-1 as a starter for the Aztecs this year. First pass, first completion for Johnson. That goes out to Daniel Bellinger, a fine tight end who could be playing on Sundays very soon. Look at the numbers there for Lucas Johnson. A Georgia Tech transfer, ran the triple option there. One of the things they want him to do more is run the ball. Very effective as a runner. As is his tailback, Greg Bell. They look to the sideline on 2nd and 6.
You can see Todd Graham had a blitz dialed up there. Lucas Johnson and that San Diego State offense taking a look, changing the play.
Keeping it on the ground here to Bell on 2nd. And now 3rd down coming up as we look at the San Diego State offense. The offensive line has been together and been very effective for the last few years. 4 starters returning, and then the wide receivers and skill players for the Aztecs, obviously highlighted by Greg Bell, who has 666 yards coming in, 4th in the Mountain West in rushing, despite missing most of that Towson game. 3rd and 3, the pitch outside and not going anywhere. Hugh Nelson and this Hawaii defense making a statement early.
Yeah, Todd Graham is a head coach, but he also calls those plays for the defense and really dialed up the pressure. He brought blitzes from both sides on that play right there, and that's why they were able to get that stop for a loss in the backfield.
So first punt of the game coming from Matt Ariza, leading the nation in punting average, 52 yards per game, and this gets a friendly bounce for the Aztecs down to the 3-yard line.
Yeah, really impressive. I mean, he's got 27 punts on the season, 50 yards or more. He's also got, he has 29 punts of 50 yards or more, but he had 27 punts inside the 20 going into that one right there. That's number 28.
Chevan Codeiro, the junior from St. Louis High School in Honolulu, Hawaii. He's smart, he's competitive, he can run, and when he is healthy, he makes this Rainbow Warrior football team much, much better. He returned against Utah State after missing 3 games with an injury, and the coaches tell us this is the healthiest he's been in over a month. They're going to keep it on the ground, are the Rainbow Warriors initially. Dedrick Parson with the first carry on the first offensive series of the game for the Rainbow Warriors.
See, they've got Parson lined up on the outside in that empty formation. He is so good lining up in the backfield, but also outside as a receiver.
Codeiro throws what looked like a strike, but not able to hold on. So there is a look at the Warriors' offensive line. This is a team that is led by Cole Laval, their leader at center, one of the few 6'6" centers you'll see in the country.
Yeah, really amazing. 6'6", 350 pounds. A very big center. Watch for the pressure here, though. This area of the field has to be so careful on 3rd down. They're going to bring some sort of pressure, and you do not want to lose the ball or get sacked in the end zone.
3rd and 7. Codeiro alerts the pressure out past the 5, but he's going to be short of the 1st down. Keyshawn Banks coming in from that defensive end position.
Yeah, Banks and Thomas bringing the pressure right there. Cordeiro's legs allow him to escape. Almost a safety on that one, but he did a nice job, Codeiro. Once he escaped, he protected the football. So important in that territory of the field.
Matthew Shipley on to punt for Hawaii, the sophomore from Liberty Hill High School in Texas. Going to see a lot of Texas players sprinkled throughout this roster over the next couple of years. Todd Graham with those Texas ties. Fair catch called for at the 47-yard line. So the Aztecs taking over with good field position once again.
Jake from State Farm. What's good?
Oh, Patrick?
Nah, fam. Just your typical sneakerhead working here for the employee discount. But speaking of deals, I heard regular guys like me are getting the Patrick price. That can't be real, right?
Listen, State Farm offers rates that fit any budget. Even yours, typical sneakerhead.
Wow, just anyone now?
Yeah.
Man, these just sold out then.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
With clean, fresh ingredients, Panera's new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread is a mouth-watering explosion of yes. Craft? Yes. Heartiness? Yes. Living life to the flavor fullest? Heck yes. Panera. Live your yes. Now $1 delivery.
Hey, Google.
Rated E for everyone.
We found the right model. Now what would make you feel comfortable with the price?
Well, no one made me feel more comfortable than my kindergarten teacher, Miss Jane.
This one is special. And this one is also special.
What's really special is saying, show me the Carfax value. You'll get the most accurate price based on the vehicle's accident history. Look for me and stop overpaying. Shop at the all-new Carfax.com.
Warm feet and cold hands. Find the fine life, baby.
San Diego State perfect on the season until last week when they ran into a buzzsaw by the name of Fresno State. Seemingly nothing could go right. They fell behind early, a huge hole. They allowed 485 yards of total offense, turning the ball over 3 times after coming into the game, having only turned the ball over 6 times all season. 30-20 was the final. Brady Hoke wanting to bounce back, obviously effectively, and get off to a fast start here defensively. They have, once again, the Aztecs with the ball on offense. Tyrell Shavers making the catch there. That defense has not allowed a single point on an opening drive all season for the Aztecs. And they get the ball back to the San Diego State offense in very good field position here. Now looking at second down.
Yeah, and you talk about those turnovers from a week ago. Lucas Johnson, 2 interceptions in that game. Really should have had 3. Tried to throw these balls back late across the middle. Got away with it one time, but 2 of them were interceptions. Better decision making today is what they need from him.
2nd and 2 from the 39. Some running room here out inside the 30-yard line. Greg Bell with another first down for the Aztecs.
That's something that they also need to do better in the first half this week. You talked about it. They fell behind early in that game a week ago to Fresno State, and they just weren't able to get their conventional run going with Greg Bell. Greg Bell only had 6 carries for 12 yards in that first half a week ago. You can see a nice gash for the run right there.
First down on the 28 for Johnson, and they're going to call a false start.
Offense, number 15, 5-yard penalty. Made second down.
Christian Watson, our referee tonight, works out a little bit.
How can you tell?
Like Ed Hockley Jr.
I was just getting ready to say, man, all the refs, they all do it after Ed Hockley. He was a real trendsetter. We got to be showing him off right there, too.
Yeah, I see you. I know what you're doing, Christian. If I look like you, I'd do it too, my friend. So 1st and 15 now for Lucas Johnson and the Aztecs. Johnson keeping himself this time. Tries to turn the corner. Not able to do so. Good pursuit. That is Kai Kaneshiro. Coming in from that safety spot, making the tackle. He can be a missile at times.
Yeah, he certainly can. And Lucas Johnson, you can see right there on the zone read, keeping that ball. That was a big part of what San Diego State was able to do a week ago in that second half against Fresno State. It was Lucas Johnson and his running ability, and not just designed runs, but just taking off when the opportunity presented itself.
2nd and 13 after the gain of 2. Swinging it out to Kagan Williams. Williams fighting for the first down. He's going to be about 2 yards shy. So he picks up 11, and Kaneshiro again on the stop for Hawaii.
You can see here early, offensive coordinator Jeff Hecklinski, he's doing a nice job really putting pressure on this Rainbow Warrior defense. You see a lot of different shifts, a lot of different motions, that eye candy, get them thinking, okay, who's number 2 on this side here, who's number 3 on this side. Nice little short controlled throw and run after catch on that one.
Again, eludes a tackler, picks up the first down, and then some down to the 11-yard line. You can see why the coaches said they want Lucas Johnson to run a little bit more. Listen, he said he went to Georgia Tech to run the triple option for a reason, because he's good at it.
He's good at it, and you can see one of the best defenders, if not the best defender, and certainly emotional leader of that defense, Corey Bethley, missed the tackle on Lucas Johnson right there. Bethley was exactly where he needed to be, but Lucas Johnson was able to evade him in the backfield for a nice little pickup.
So 1st and 10 from the 12. They can pick up a first down without scoring, and here is Bell down to the 5-yard line. And this Aztec football team, they will run, and run some more. 65% of the time they're running, 67% of the time they're running on first down.
Again, Brady Hoke talked about this Hawaii team and just kind of how they're built. He said, hey, Todd Graham being a defensive coordinator, you could tell by the way that they play football. They want to be physical. But San Diego State, different than what they did a week ago against Fresno State, they're being much more physical with the run game today.
A give to Bell again, and he's wrapped up. That's Jonah Laulu, and that looked like a no gain as Laulu was all over it.
Boy, Laulu, boy, he is a specimen. He's that guy that you want off the bus first. 6'6", 280 pounds. And you talk about a guy that has some length. You can see the closing speed as well. It's a full package. Going to be difficult for the San Diego State offensive line all day to contain.
3rd and 3 from the 5.
Time's running out.
Needs to hurry. Here's Bell. Cutting it up inside and into the end zone. Greg Bell, touchdown Aztecs.
That was the way to be physical. That's the way they started off the drive, and they finished it that way, and it was the right guard, William Dunkel, who had an excellent block on the right side of this offensive line. You can see him getting the push right there. Greg Bell cutting up inside of that one, getting across the goal line.
7th touchdown of the year for Bell. Perhaps the most important player on offense for this team. He is in his 6th year of eligibility, extra point up and through, and making a difference once again here in Hawaii. San Diego State up early. We're back into this.
I just took it left like on ambidex.
Welcome to Allstate, where we've just lowered our auto rates. And savings like that follow you everywhere. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate. Because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
There are beautiful ideas that remain in the dark. But with our new multi-cloud experience, you have the flexibility you need to unveil them to the world.
Singing or speaking. Reason or fun. Daring or thoughtful. Sensitive or strong. Progress isn't either or. Progress is everything.
Only Wendy's serves a better breakfast with a better biscuit. A hot, buttery treasure loaded with a fresh cracked egg, cheese, and sausage or bacon. And to top it off right now, they're just $1. $1? Now there's no reason to go somewhere else. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
It would be cool to have a real encounter with a ghost.
Hey, sorry.
911, all new Monday at 8, 7 Central on Fox, or watch anytime.
7-0 Aztecs, courtesy of that man, the senior from Chula Vista, California, Greg Bell, with his 7th rushing touchdown of the season and the 13th touchdown of his career. Hawaii defensively has struggled at times this season, and none more than last week taking on Utah State when they gave up 51 points. And you can see that there may be some issues today with this San Diego State run game that, by the way, gives a lot of teams issues as the ball flies into the end zone for the touchback. Rainbow Warriors trying to get on the board here. We're going to get another look at this high-flying Hawaii offense with Chevan Codeiro coming up.
What if smartphones were more than just smart? The all-new Google Pixel 6, with our most advanced and inclusive smartphone camera yet. It truly sees you, not a blurry face. It makes motion silky smooth. And for things you don't want to see, it removes them instantly with Magic Eraser. Pixel 6 is the highest rated phone for security and has 24-hour adaptive battery that sends power precisely where you need it. Live Translate speaks your language and hers, however you speak it. Pixel 6 even adapts to match your style. It's the phone that understands we're all different. Google Pixel 6. For all you are.
Sunday on Fox, the Broncos take on the Cowboys. Wow! Then Aaron Jones leads the Packers against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Touchdown! It all kicks off Sunday on Fox. Check for the game in your area.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Excuse me, ma'am. Would you like to have my seat?
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
You know what hurts?
Dad!
But you know what's painless? Using ZocDoc to find a dentist, podiatrist, and ophthalmologist. ZocDoc makes healthcare easy.
Tomorrow, catch a special Fox NFL Sunday pregame show live from Annapolis at 11 a.m. Eastern, then at 4. It's one of the biggest games of the year as the Packers, led by Jordan Love, no Aaron Rodgers in this one, taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. It all kicks off tomorrow on Fox and the Fox Sports app. I don't know about you, Robert, but I am very much looking forward to seeing what Jordan Love can do after a year of sitting behind Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, a little Mountain West action. Former Utah State Aggie quarterback, now going to start Aaron Rodgers.
Came down on the ground.
Number 31, Dedrick Parson,
past
the ball carrier.
The 30, that was Dedrick Parson. Still waiting to see Day-Day Hunter.
Yeah, they were saying that Day-Day Hunter is a little bit banged up. Not sure if he was going to play today. Dedrick Parson got the start a week ago. Didn't see Day-Day Hunter at all. Parson, a great back in his own right. But Hunter, a home run hitter.
Here's Parson again, slicing his way right up that defense for the first down, right through the middle of it.
It's quite a luxury for Bo Graham, the offensive coordinator, son of head coach Todd Graham, to have a back like Dedrick Parson be your number 2 guy. It's a great luxury to have 2 backs that can do that. Both of those guys are 3-down backs, and not just 3-down backs, but again, we saw it earlier in the game, guys that you can line up on the outside at a wide receiver position.
Here's Parson again, and he was met shortly after crossing the line of scrimmage by Patrick McMorris and Keyshawn Banks.
Patrick McMorris, number 33, he's one of those guys that really stands out on film. Certain guys just pop, and you see McMorris playing sort of a hybrid position. You'll see him coming down from a safety spot, coming down as a linebacker, and much like Bethley on the other side of the ball for the Warriors, he's one of those guys that just always finds a way to be around the football.
Little pump fake and then trips over his lineman. That was right guard Solo Vaipulu. They got tangled up with Cordeiro's feet. It was a little pump fake by Chevan, and he did not see that his guard was there. Here's another look.
Boy, awkward right there.
Just kind of trips over. Looks like he's got his left foot caught underneath his leg.
Boy, fortunate in a situation like that. Number one, to be able to stop a full throwing motion like that and not fumble the ball, especially when you get your feet caught up like that with one of your linemen.
Play clock down to 2. 3rd and 15 here for Codeiro. Just a bullet into Calvin Turner. He sure-handed Calvin Turner, Mr. Do-Everything, not able to hold on. So 4th down coming up.
Yeah, and Calvin Turner, he's one of those guys, kind of a Swiss Army knife as an offensive player. He lines up at wide receiver, lines up in the backfield. You'll see him in the return game. Throw was a little bit low, a little bit hot coming in from Codeiro, but that's a catch you would expect Turner to make.
So Matthew Shipley on to punt once again. Jordan Bird deep to return for the Aztecs. And Bird gonna let that ball bounce, and it takes a friendly bounce for the Aztecs back out to the 35. Full capacity crowd is allowed. Fans on hand in Hawaii. It's all good.
Now, if you can speak, say something.
Yellow chin.
If we don't go before that storm hits, we'll die. Let's get this show on the road.
I am okay. What is our destination?
Into the unknown.
Here we come.
Did you just drive the RV?
No.
Finch. Rated PG-13.
Old Trapper Beefs. Tough snacks. Out here, nothing comes easy. That's why you gotta be tough. The truck, it's tough. My crew, definitely tough. But Old Trapper taught me the value of tenderness. Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Oh, it's a puppy.
The best things America makes are the things America makes out here. The history she writes in her clear blue skies, the legends she births on hometown fields, and the future she promises. When we made Grand Wagoneer, proudly assembled in America, we knew no object would ever rank with the best things in this country. But we believed we could make something worthy of their spirit.
Giving away $15 million in surprise frees.
Other delivery apps add surprise fees. At Domino's, we're giving out surprise frees instead. When you order delivery online, you could be surprised with free food.
I love it.
From Domino's.
What I believe in can't be contained. I believe with the right tools, we can turn what we love into what we do. Be all of who you are.
This app is about to change the way you think about weather. Welcome to a new world that will blow your mind. America's Weather Team is on the new Fox Weather app. Download now at foxweather.com.
Welcome back to the Clarence T.C. Chin Complex in Hawaii as we look at the Mountain West Western Division standings. San Diego State now once again back atop the standings after Fresno State loses to Boise State. So you can see 3 teams with a shot here in the West, and Hawaii hoping to get to a bowl game. Of course, they would need 2 more wins to do that. So Brady Hoke's guys in pretty good position here as the season comes winding down. Ethan Dado on the stop, a flag coming down. I'm sorry, Ethan Dado on the catch, rather. Quentin Frazier on the stop.
Looks like this is going to be a hold on one of the receivers on the outside, potentially Jay Rudolph here. Looks like he got a little grab on the jersey there, thrown in that area. We're going to see the guns
Holding.
speak.
Offense, number 81, 10-yard penalty. Made first down.
He said it was 81.
No, I think he meant 92.
Oh, 92.
Penalty moves the ball back to the 25.
It was 81 that caught the ball.
Yeah, that's Kobe Smith, 92. There were flags coming in from everywhere, as it looks like the defense jumped. Busy day so far for Christian Watson and his crew.
Offside, with contact, defense, number 55, 5-yard penalty, Mays first down.
We're trying to get the San Diego State offense even more backed up. You can see Todd Graham right there. And we heard it from his son, Bo Graham, the offensive coordinator. It's a challenge playing offense against him. He loves to bring the pressure. They just got a little bit anxious that time. Didn't wait for that ball to move. Moved a little bit early, just trying to get into that backfield that much quicker.
It was Blessman to Allah. Jumping off sides. Bell up the middle. And wrapped up right after he passes the 30-yard line. Jonah Ulu again on the stop.
Yeah, Ta'ala and Laulu combining on that one. Great Polynesian, Hawaiian names right there, right?
Well, there'll be plenty of them tonight, my friend. Laulu from Las Vegas, Centennial High School. And pressure coming again. Ball's out. Hawaii hops on it. A San Diego State turnover, and Hawaii has the ball in very good position. That was Tufonga, Isaiah Tufonga, the Oregon State transfer, hopping on the ball.
And it was Muasau, number 53, such an active player in this defense that was able to knock this ball free. Here you're going to see him coming around to Lucas Johnson, and a great play by Muasau. He saw he was going to have an opportunity to get this ball out. He doesn't just make the hit, he actually rakes at the football, and this is something that comes from great coaching. When you have a coach like Todd Graham as your defensive coordinator, those are the little things that he teaches you from a technique perspective. Get in there, you're gonna have that shot. Let's get a fumble on this play, not just a sack.
Pressure coming from San Diego State, complete to Calvin Turner, and in for the touchdown. An extra point away from being all tied.
Well, that's the way you do it if you're Hawaiian, the way that they've been doing it all year long. They had forced 20 turnovers coming into this game. And again, those little technique things, you force the turnover, then you get Turner. Nice throw right there from Codeiro. Hits him in stride. Accuracy so important on that one. Doesn't have to slow down at all. Catches it at full speed and takes it in for 6.
And the extra point is good, all tied up at 7 apiece. This Hawaii team is so interesting. You mentioned it. They have 20 takeaways. That's second in the nation.
21 now.
21 now, 11 interceptions and 10 fumble recoveries. But offensively, they turn the ball over more than anybody else in the country. 22 turnovers. So they giveth and they taketh away in Hawaii.
That's the island spirit right there. You see Turner lined up here in the slot, and we talked about it. He just can be anywhere. Nice little quick move off of the line of scrimmage. You can see the acceleration to get the separation. But again, the accuracy so important on that one. Codeiro hits him in stride and able to just walk his way untouched into the end zone.
Such a dangerous member of this Rainbow Warrior offense. And here's a look at the turnovers. 22 giveaways and now 21 takeaways on the season for Hawaii. Kyler Halverson kicking to Jordan Bird. Bird gonna bring it out across the 15 as he tiptoes up the sideline, trying to get to the 20, but he's gonna be just a bit shy. So that's what you got to do when you force a turnover. You have to take advantage, and Hawaii does just that. And you talked about how aggressive Todd Graham's defense can be. They bring a lot of blitzes, a lot of zero blitzes, a lot of run blitzes, and a lot of times it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
Hey,
it certainly worked there.
you hear it so many times. You live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. You don't get home on some of those blitzes, and you leave your secondary exposed, man-to-man coverage. Sometimes it can burn you. Todd Graham thinks it's worth it, taking a chance.
Bell breaking and tackle, and picks up 6, maybe 7 yards. Corey Bethley on the stop.
Shouldn't have been any more than 2 or 3 yards on that play. The rest of it was an individual effort by Greg Bell. You can see a lot of those Rainbow Warrior defenders in position to make the tackle right there, but Bell just does such an excellent job with his body lean and running with power, breaking through tackles.
To the air this time, it's Daniel Bellinger. And he's out past the 30-yard line. First down, Aztecs. Bellinger came in leading the team in receiving yards and really has evolved into one of Lucas Johnson's favorite targets. And why not? When you're 6'6", 255 pounds, another Las Vegas kid.
Yeah, apart from a great running game, tight ends can be a quarterback's best friend. And you have a guy like Bellinger, big target, and they love moving him around. Offensive coordinator Jeff Hecklinski said they do love to move him around. He is a great blocker, but just like a fullback sometimes, you got to pay those guys off. You can't just have them blocking all the time. Throw them a bone every now and then.
You know, they're not like you tailbacks. They don't need 25, 30 carries a game.
Hey, we're not the divas that are at those wideout positions.
I mean, take it from an old, undersized high school fullback here. I mean, you give me 2 or 3 touches a game, I'm good.
And you probably couldn't handle any more than that.
Absolutely not. I'd be going to the trough needing some water. 2nd and 7. Johnson surveying the scene. From his own 35, over the middle, open, first down. And he is connecting with Daniel Bellinger
pass is complete to number 8.
at a pretty good rate. 3 catches so far for Bellinger.
Lucas Johnson doing a nice job, staying under control. We talked about the problems he had a week ago against Fresno State with the interceptions, just allowing the defense to speak to him here. Again, we saw a blitz off of the edge. Corey Bethley off of the left side of that offensive line. No problem. Lucas Johnson saw it, knew he was going to be coming, allows his receiver to get open, drops it in perfectly.
Quick pass, Shavers spins inside the 50-yard line, down to the 44. Aztecs moving the ball, running at will, and now the passing game in full effect as they are trying to break this 7-all tie here in Hawaii.
On my travels across the country, I came across this house with water dripping from the ceiling. You never know when something like this will happen. So let the Geico Insurance Agency help you with homeowners insurance and protect yourself from things like fire, theft, or in this case, water damage. Now, if I had to guess, I'd say somewhere upstairs there's a broken pipe.
Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance at geico.com.
All it takes for the McRib, with its tangy and juicy flavor, to be crowned the most important sandwich of the year is to simply return. The most important sandwich of the year is back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
With unrivaled landscapes that provide a quality of life unlike any in the country, you'll find us immersed at the peak of nature's splendor through a gateway of opportunity which leads to academic and personal growth that is beyond compare. Our students learn at the peak of achievement, and as our more than 5,000 student athletes take the field of play with unequaled passion, you'll find us performing at the peak of competition. The Mountain West is at the peak.
Stipe, what's your problem today?
Just realized I've been wasting a lot of money by not shopping at GovX.com.
Isn't GovX that
The site with all my favorite brands at discount prices?
Yeah, GovX.com.
You knew and didn't tell me?
Always stay humble and kind. Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip, and here's why. Bitterness keeps you from flying. Always stay humble and kind. Yeah.
Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers. We'll also throw in a free annuity rate report, absolutely free, for calling Annuity General today.
Big East Hoops return with the opening night tip-off show.
Here we go.
And for the first time ever, we cover all 7 games with live look-ins of each matchup. Experience a huge opening night like never before. Plus, you can watch your favorite team on its own channel on the Fox Sports app. The Big East opening night tip-off show, Tuesday at 6:30 Eastern on FS1.
I've never been to Oahu. I've been. Welcome back as we are set to begin the second quarter. Beautiful sunset on the island of Oahu, all tied up at 7 apiece. Hawaii very tough to beat here. Their temporary stadium, the Chin Complex, with more fans than they have had all season long, because for the first 3 games of the year, fans weren't allowed, and fans were allowed up to 1,000. Now they have opened the floodgates, trying to hold this San Diego State offense, and they're doing a nice job here on first down. Jonah Lulu has been very active on that defensive front. Blessman Ta'ala there as well from his defensive tackle position.
What I love about what Todd Graham does with his defense, he sees it the way that the offense, they'll look to the sideline based on the look that they see from the defense and change the play. Well, you see the Hawaii defense often changing their structure after the offense has changed their play. They want the last say about changes that happen pre-snap.
Keeping it on the ground again are the Aztecs, and they are going to be looking at a 3rd and short situation. That is Greg Bell. Just if there's a little sliver of daylight, Bell's going to find it.
You are a great play-by-play guy. That's exactly what I was going to say on that play right there. Just a nice little subtle lateral movement on that play. You're absolutely right. He's that guy. Just give me a little bit of a crease. I think Gale Sayers said that one time a long, long time ago.
It just doesn't look like there's a big hole there, but somehow, some way, and his numbers aren't spectacular in this game. He has 38 yards and 11 carries. That's not even 4 yards per carry, as we have a timeout from the Aztecs. But it just kind of makes it look easy when there's nothing there. He turns it into 3 or 4 yards.
San Diego State will take the first charge, timeout of the half.
Look at Brady Hoke mulling things over right now on the headset in Hawaii after this.
With DirecTV Stream, I can get live TV and on demand together. Watch Serena Williams, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman.
You cannot be serious!
Get your TV together with the best of live and on demand. Introducing DirecTV Stream.
Dad, we got this.
We got this.
I'm gonna check out the town, okay?
We got this.
We got this.
We got this. We got this.
We got this. Life is for living.
We got this.
Let's partner for all of it. Edward Jones.
So ashamed I overpaid for this used car. I've decided to go undercover. Guess I picked the wrong used car site.
Remember, if you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again.
Hey, Bob.
Oh, my. Hey, Beth, how we feeling?
Good.
Yep.
Moving.
Shop millions of great deals, all with a free Carfax report. Only at the all-new Carfax.com.
I believe there's brighter days ahead, and I know
Wendy's serves a better breakfast with a better biscuit. A hot, buttery treasure loaded with a fresh cracked egg, cheese, and sausage or bacon. And to top it off right now, they're just $1. $1. Now there's no reason to go somewhere else. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Do-it-all superstar Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. What a run! Still going. Square off against Tua and the Dolphins. Ravens, Dolphins, Thursday Night Football on Fox, NFL Network, and streaming on Prime Video.
Welcome back to Hawaii. Coming up at the half on the State Farm Halftime Show. A top 3 team falls. Number 6, Cincinnati, survives. And 12th ranked Baylor falters. So a lot going on.
Yeah, and I hear we may be seeing a little bit about some of the fashion sense of one of those big noon kickoff guys, too. We'll see. Little Bird might have told me something about that.
Looking forward to that. And keeping it on his own is Lucas Johnson. Kind of riding Greg Bell, pulls it, keeps it himself. And we have a first down for the Aztecs.
And again, going back to what happened a week ago against Fresno State, even though Greg Bell really never got the run game going, it was the legs of Lucas Johnson on that zone read, reading that defensive end, keeping it on that one, getting a nice gain.
Pressure coming. Johnson flushed out of the pocket, tries to throw to the right side, looking for Elijah Cody. Was off the mark. Isaiah Tufanga was the Rainbow Warrior providing the pressure.
Yeah, and Lucas Johnson, just, you could tell at the start of that play, just with that pressure and escaping from the pocket, just got a little bit anxious there, never quite set his feet on that throw. And you can see that from him sometimes, and that's really what Jeff Hecklinski says he wants him to do. He wants him to make better decisions, but also wants to calm him down, to see the field, make calm decisions, make better throws.
This is Chance Bell on the carry, his first carry of the game.
And there's the guy, Corey Bethley. Talking about Todd Graham said, I mean, he was just absolutely gushing about Bethley.
He lit up.
He's one of those super seniors. He says he's the smartest player that he has ever coached. He's one of those guys. He says he makes better calls than I do defensively. Look at him there. You can see him moving around. Hey, look at that. That's what can happen, because you see him moving around like that, get those offense,
number 64, 5-yard penalty. Next third down.
That's Chris Martinez on the false start. They start getting a little antsy, right?
Yeah, they do. They see him moving around. We'll say, whoa, wait a second. We called the protection the other way. Now Bethley's messing with their heads. Okay, wait a minute. Is he going to bring the pressure from over here? Is he going to bring it from over there? And he knows exactly what the protections are, how they're being called. He can see the center directing, see if the quarterback redirects, and he moves around like that, causing a panic.
3rd and 14, pressure coming again. Johnson keeps it himself and picks up the first down. Laulu with the pressure, and then Johnson just takes off, and you can see the wheel.
He said, okay, you're going to bring that pressure. You can see a little bit interior pressure right there. Johnson does a nice job just tucking it and running it right there. That's why mobile quarterbacks can be so dangerous. It's one thing getting to them. It's another thing getting them down. Nice job, recognition, and acceleration there from Lucas Johnson.
17-yard pickup. And the Aztecs just outside the 20-yard line. Bell met in the backfield and not going anywhere. Justice Tavai making his presence felt.
Making it felt big time. You can see, does such a nice job with the technique on that one. Just presses, extends the arms to keep the lineman from getting into him, but he's got his eyes into the backfield the whole time, sheds the blocker, makes the tackle. And then throws that weight onto him just for a little bit of added measure at the end.
You think Bell felt that? Trouble at the mesh point. Very lucky is San Diego State that ball did not touch the ground. Bethley makes the tackle. Lucas Johnson and the running back had a little miscommunication. Here's another look. Bell, it was kind of a late give, wasn't it?
Well, I think what happened there, Lucas Johnson thought that Bell was going to form some sort of pocket for the fake right there. Bell didn't seem to think that he needed to make a pocket, so when Lucas Johnson goes to try and hand the ball into a nice, neat pocket, all he has is Bell running by him, and the ball got knocked out. He did a nice job staying calm and making a good play out.
Actually picks up a few yards. 3rd and 5. Bell going to be just shy of the first down.
4th down.
Otay Baker on the stop for Hawaii.
Well, you know you have a field goal kicker, Ariza, also the great punter for this team. I think on the road, you go for it here on 4th down. Nope, maybe not. That's why I'm here calling the game.
Hey, they're just they're going for the sure thing. I'm right there with you, partner. Oh, and maybe so are they. In for the touchdown on the fake field goal. My goodness, Jack Browning, the holder, in for the touch. Aggressive call on the fake field goal pays off for the Aztecs.
Boy, that is a huge call. And we were saying it, yeah, go for the points here on the road. But when you're on the road, you want to try and get 6. You don't want a bunch of 3s. Get that snap, and that, I mean, that made his year, made his family's year.
Jack Browning from Lakeside, California, and Grossmont Community College. In for the touchdown. And the extra point is good. So we were second-guessing ourselves. San Diego State second-guessing nothing on the fake field goal.
Hey, Google.
This is Antonelli's Cheese Shop, and we're the Antonellis. Do good, eat good.
That's our mission.
We chose our new Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because it gives us unlimited 2% cash back on everything we buy.
And it has no preset spending limit, so our purchasing power adapts to our business needs. We use our 2% cash back to help cover our employees' healthcare costs.
And that's how we take care of our most valuable asset.
Our people. It may sound cheesy,
but we like it that way. What's in your wallet?
We've got a problem, America. Junk sleep is what you get from a bed that isn't right for you. Keep calling Kevin Keith. Junk sleep. Left your laptop on the bus? Junk sleep. Can't straight think? Slunk Jeep. What you need is real sleep. So maybe it's time to ask yourself, did you get out of the wrong side of bed this morning? Or the wrong bed altogether? Mattress Firm. Unjunk your sleep.
Warm feet and cold hands. Find the fine life, baby.
With clean, fresh ingredients, Panera's new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread is a mouth-watering explosion of yes. Craft? Yes. Heartiness? Yes. Living life to the flavor fullest? Heck yes. Panera. Live your yes. Now $1 delivery.
Download the free-to-play Fox Bet Super 6 app for a chance to win Terry's money. The more who enter, the bigger the jackpot.
Cash! Stack the cash!
So we thought that they should have gone for it. They line up for a field goal, do the Aztecs, and then Jack Browning the holder for the field goal, also the backup punter.
Watch the celebration here, though. You can tell he hasn't scored a lot of touchdowns, hasn't done a lot of end zone celebration. He almost hurts himself, balls flying in the air. What a great moment for that young man. It's so exciting to see that, just that pure emotion. You can tell on those kind of fakes, like, okay, get the first down, and he sees, wait a second, I can score a touchdown. Just as excited as could be.
There's nobody here. All there is green grass. He went up for the chest bump with Chris Martinez, who's 6'4", 310, knocked him back a little bit. But you know what? Browning did a heck of a job staying on his feet.
He did a great job staying on his feet right there. We've seen players get injured in those celebrations. Looked like he might have been trying to hurt himself on that one right there. We're a great call, though, gutsy call on the road again. In an environment like this, you're making that big trip. You want to come away with a win. You get in the red zone, you want some 60s, some 1-3s.
1st and 10 now from the 25 for Hawaii.
Look at those wide splits of Hawaii on this one.
And this is Dedrick Parson again. Nothing going.
Get those wide splits, trying to get those extra defenders outside of the box. You can get that run game going. Didn't work right there, though. That front for San Diego State, able to close that one down.
Second and 10 after the no gain from Parson. Three wide receivers to the right for Codeiro. He's getting chased and just gets rid of it. He did not have a chance. Jaleel Lecky was given chase. Probably a smart decision there. Sometimes as a quarterback, you just have to know when to say when.
Yeah, you certainly do. Sometimes the best throws you make are the throws that you don't make at all. It's making those good decisions. Whenever you talk about quarterback evaluation, one of the two most important things is going to be decision-making and accuracy. Good decision right there, not to try and force that throw.
Converting on third down just under 36% of the time this year are the Rainbow Warriors. Tipped and picked by San Diego State. That ball just hung up in the air, and Trenton Thompson, the captain from Palm Springs, gets the pick.
Well, we just talked about it. You got to make the good decision. Don't throw it into triple coverage. That was the problem right there for Codeiro, trying to force it in there. Now San Diego State gets it back when we return.
What if smartphones were more than just smart? The all-new Google Pixel 6, with our most advanced and inclusive smartphone camera yet. It truly sees you, not a blurry face. It makes motion silky smooth. And for things you don't want to see, it removes them instantly with Magic Eraser. Pixel 6 is the highest rated phone for security and has 24-hour adaptive battery that sends power precisely where you need it. Live Translate speaks your language and hers, however you speak it. Pixel 6 even adapts to match your style. It's the phone that understands we're all different.
San Diego State with good field position.
Welcome to Allstate, where we have all new lower auto rates.
The head of Jesse Matthews. So we talked about the turnovers. Hawaii scoring a touchdown after a fumble and then giving it right back. And now San Diego State with an opportunity in Hawaii territory. Ball on the 43-yard line.
See Corey Bethley redirecting people in that secondary. He's in that spot. He comes up and blitzes a lot of times.
On the back is Bell. Bell with some room. And that is, man, Corey Bethley. When he tackles you, you feel it.
He's a hybrid secondary player, defensive back, linebacker, and pretty much a Swiss Army knife on the defensive side of the ball, lined up just behind linebacker depth. That allows them to bring him up into the front. They have to count him for protection. A lot of times they'll blitz him from inside the box. But on those plays like that, he does such a nice job taking good angles from that position and making those tackles. Very rare that he misses.
Bell on 3rd and 4 thinks about going inside. Stutter steps to the outside, and then Hawaii does a nice job of stretching out that run. He might have picked up one.
Boy, that's a great front. Westman Ta'ala on that one. Got some beef in the middle of that front. They did a nice job shedding the blockers, clogging that thing up, forcing Greg Bell to bounce it before he wanted to. And then they were able to corral him to make that stop. 2 in a row? What do you think?
That would be great. If it was
two fakes in a row, it's going to be a different throw.
If it were Madden, we may see that. Unfortunately, it's real life, and I think we have a timeout from Hawaii here. Todd Graham going to talk some things over with his crew. Hey, maybe he's worried about another fake here.
Watch the fake. Watch the fake.
Always got to keep your eyes open. Who knows? You could see a stingray.
Man, these fries are good.
Hey, we gotta go. Can't be late for the Big Ten Championship.
Gotta make a pit stop. See you guys at the car.
Matt, come on, man.
Fries. What are you gonna do? Replace me?
Ever since South Bend, that guy's been a...
What's up?
You ever done a pregame show?
Follow the road to the Big Ten Championship with Big Noon Kickoff, Saturday on Fox, sponsored by Wendy's.
Where's your uniform?
Dude, I'm retired.
We've got a problem, America. Junk sleep. It's what you get from a bed that isn't right for you. Keep calling Kevin Keith. Junk sleep. Left your laptop on the bus? Junk sleep. Can't straight think? Slunk Jeep. What you need is real sleep. So maybe it's time to ask yourself, did you get out of the wrong side of bed this morning? Or the wrong bed altogether? Mattress Firm. Unjunk your sleep.
When you spend all year serving others, when you lead by example, you don't just land on the nice list. You get rewarded by becoming the top brand in new vehicle quality in the automotive industry. Celebrate all the good you've done this year at the Ram Black Friday sales event.
Shop and buy online with Ram eShop, where right now get 0% financing for 72 months, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2021 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
This is no ordinary man. He's done the incredible. He saved money on auto insurance without sacrificing quality.
What's with Dad? Let him have this.
If you're shopping for auto insurance, switch to Amica, a company known for superhuman service and coverage. Along with some very powerful discounts. Amica Auto Insurance. Get your Amica quote today and save.
All it takes for the McRib, with its tangy and juicy flavor, to be crowned the most important sandwich of the year is to simply return. The most important sandwich of the year is back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
A 53-yard field goal attempt for Matt Ariza, the kicker and punter for San Diego State. Leads the nation in punting average and pretty darn good kicker as well.
Just a 55-yarder against Fresno State. See if we can convert on this one. Looks like he's got the wind at his back.
It would be a career long. It is up and no good. He does have one made from 53 yards prior, but Ariza not able to convert here. And the Rainbow Warriors student section showing their appreciation for pretty solid field position that Hawaii's going to be starting with here.
pretty slick. And you know, partner, before we went to break there, they had the little shot with the stingray.
Yes.
And the fish there. You know what the state fish of Hawaii is?
Is it a stingray?
No. It's called the Huma Huma Nuka Nuka Apawa'a. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I was out there.
Say that 10 times fast.
They got a little song with the same name.
I'm going to leave that to you. That's Calvin Turner, who lines up everywhere. He had 52 carries on the season coming in and 52 catches on the season coming in. A transfer from Jacksonville, played a little quarterback and defensive back at Jacksonville University. And he comes in here as just an X factor, lining up all over the place.
Yeah, San Diego State defensive coordinator Kurt Maddox said you always have to be aware of where Turner is.
Turner is, again, going to be about a yard shy of picking up the first down. Patrick McMorris playing that Aztec position on the stop for the Aztecs.
In that hybrid position in that 3-3-5, just like you see Bethley for Hawaii, McMorris somewhat similar. Move him around a lot, always around the ball wherever he is. It's just great to have those hybrid type players for your defense.
3rd and 1, and this is Turner again with some room around the outside, past the 50-yard line, picks up the first down for Hawaii.
Well, you see the direct snap there. It's another one of these wildcat type snaps. I mean, you have that short yardage so many times, the defense just gets packed up into the middle, but because Turner has the speed that he does, he's able to take that snap, do a little bit of a freeze, stop. Everybody thinks he's going to go up the middle, and then he takes it to the outside.
Such a valuable player on this offense. Look at the numbers since 2017, 50-plus carries, 50-plus receptions. He's number 2. That list. Here he is again, making a nice adjustment on the ball. It just kind of hung up there for a minute. Noah Tumlin was there in coverage, one of the better cover corners for San Diego State. We do have a flag down.
Codeiro gets that thing out quickly, and as you mentioned, Tumlin just never saw that thing coming.
Offense, number 52. That 15-yard penalty force from the previous spot. Mays first down.
That's solo by Pulu, called for the penalty. He was hurt, back, and healthy now at that right guard spot for Hawaii. Missed a couple of games. He's started 4 prior to tonight, so this is his 5th start of the season after coming back from injury. Now it's 1st and 25, so Hawaii finds themselves behind the 8 ball. Had good field position and backing themselves up with the penalties.
Boy, and you hate to see that. You just can't afford to have those kind of mistakes. Driving the ball down the field and you erase that big gain, now have 1st and 25.
Delay of game. Offense, number 12. 5-yard penalty. Mays first down.
Well, you go from bad to worse right there. I mean, 1st and 25, you get backed up another 5 because of the delay of game. You know, everybody in the huddle on the defense, this happens so many times as a running back. You hear the defense yelling, watch the draw, watch the screen. Like, oh man, we have a draw or a screen on. You know, it happens so many times. In 1st and 30, you try and get that chunk with one of those plays.
Codeiro over the middle, gets some of it back here. That was out quickly to Nick Mardner, the big 6'6" junior from Canada.
Yeah, Mardner is a burner as well. And against Utah State a week ago, Codeiro overthrew him a few times on some passes along the sideline. Does a nice job fitting that ball into him, getting a nice gain on 1st down. But again, 2nd and 16. You're not thinking about getting all of this back at once. Try and be patient and get into a manageable 3rd down.
Codeiro again. This time it's Turner, and they get a few more back here. So a 3rd down and more manageable situation than they were faced with on 1st down.
Yeah, and you're near midfield here as well, even if you don't get the first down. I mean, you're getting close to the edge, close to the end of the first half. You don't want, I mean, it's ideal that you want to hold on to the football, but you also don't want to be so aggressive that you cause a turnover and give them the ball back. You know that you can at least pin them with a good punting team that you have.
1 for 4 on third down today. Here comes the pressure. Codeiro eludes off the hands of the intended receiver. Man, that was not an ideal situation there for Hawaii, obviously. Stephen Fizo had a good look at it. Comes in a little wobbly, but you got to make that catch through the hands and off the face mask.
Fizo, I think, was just getting a little bit anxious. It's tough. You see that ball floating in there. You know the defenders are converging on you. You want to be able to catch that thing, turn around, get upfield as quickly as you can. But you have to secure that catch first.
Fair catch called for inside the 20-yard line by Jordan Byrd. A 7-point ball game. Got to make the catches to pick up the first down off the hands, and we're back after this.
What if smartphones were more than just smart? The all-new Google Pixel 6, with our most advanced and inclusive smartphone camera yet. It truly sees you, not a blurry face. It makes motion silky smooth. And for things you don't want to see, it removes them instantly with Magic Eraser. Pixel 6 is the highest rated phone for security and has 24-hour adaptive battery that sends power precisely where you need it. Live Translate speaks your language and hers, however you speak it. Pixel 6 even adapts to match your style. It's the phone that understands we're all different. Google Pixel 6. For all you are.
Welcome to Allstate, where we have all new lower auto rates. And savings like that will make everyone feel like an MVP. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate. Because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
Hey, you! Domino's is giving away $15 million in surprise frees. Other delivery apps add surprise fees. At Domino's, we're giving out surprise frees instead. When you order delivery online, you could be surprised with free food. I love it. From Domino's.
PNC Bank believes that if your phone can help you track your pizza, then your bank should help you track your spending. Virtual wallet with low cash mode from PNC Bank. One way we're making a difference.
You'll love the neighborhood. Everyone here is so friendly.
Oh, hi. I'm the Credible. If you need any help, just let me know. Babysitting, borrowing clothes, finding a great rate on your mortgage.
You wear clothes?
Uh-oh.
It's either credible or it's not.
Coming up on the State Farm halftime, a top 3 team goes down in a massive upset. 6th-ranked Cincinnati barely survives, and number 12 Baylor got themselves caught in a trap game. That's all coming up at halftime.
Looking forward to that with Rob Stone, Brady Quinn, Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, and Bob Stoops from Los Angeles. 14-7 ball game with just over 3 minutes to go here. In the first half, bouncing to the outside is Jordan Byrd. Tiptoes for a couple extra yards up the sideline.
Classic thunder and lightning. Greg Bell, we see him on those interior runs, and then you see Jordan Byrd, who's also so dangerous in the return game. He's got that little extra gear, and you can see it right there. When he gets to the edge, he can accelerate. And sometimes players take the wrong angle when they're coming to get him. He can turn it into a long game.
Keeping on the ground again. that Hawaii front, not allowing Bird to set free. Loses his helmet there for a minute.
Yeah, he was a bird caged on that one.
Yes,
he doesn't break the tackles like Greg Bell. He has that speed to get to the edge, but not quite the power in the middle of that defense the way that we saw from Greg Bell. Just too many players getting free. Bird not able to escape.
Peter Tonga does a nice job of shedding the blocker and wrapping Bird up. The senior from Taylorsville, Utah. Brady Hope looking on, would love to add one more touchdown to the board before they go into the locker room. This is Kagan Williams. Not going anywhere.
Juwan Matthews. Big play. Penetration killed that one before it barely got started. And Williams trying to get on that edge, but you can see right there, Matthews able to get free and make the big tackle for loss right there. And the Rainbow Warriors are going to get another shot to get some points on the board here in the first half.
Here's Ariza once again to punt it away.
It looks like another pretty good punt right there.
My goodness. I mean, I lost that thing. It went so far.
It's so funny that I could just tell that you had no idea how far that thing was going.
I was looking for it. That was a 79-yard punt.
He's got the 30-some punts this year. But yeah, I think it's 39. I think it's 30 now. 30 punts, more than 50 yards. 60-plus yard punts, 15 now.
I mean, you see the bottom line there. That would lead all NFL punters.
That is a blessed limb. The leg.
So that's now
of Matt Ariza.
15 punts of 60 yards or more, and that is an NCAA record for Ariza. And oh, by the way, 3 games left in the season following tonight for him to add to that number.
Well, Hawaii wants to add to their number right now. Add to that number 7. Try and get some points on the board here before halftime.
Chevan Codeiro just 3 of 9 for 36 yards. Not what you would expect from a guy who threw for 296 last week. Came off the ground with Calvin Turner.
Well, now you're San Diego State. Think about calling a timeout here.
Well, it's 3rd and 6 if you can get a stop, and if you're San Diego State, right, you call a timeout here, you have one in your pocket, a couple of chunk plays, and you're in position to put a couple more points on the board.
Yeah, and Hawaii's got to punt this one into the wind as well if they don't make this. So
San Diego State will take their second charge timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
I think they wasted a few seconds there. I thought they would have called that one right away. In this situation, you've got 2 timeouts, and you certainly don't want to take them back into the locker room with you and get an opportunity to get that ball back and get some points on the board. And again, because Hawaii has to punt this one into the wind, you're hoping that you can get some favorable field position, try and get one final score before half. But, of course, got to stop them on 3rd down first.
3rd and 6 coming up for Bo Graham's offense. And Brady Hoke.
You can tell he's been in coaching a long time. Look at that friendly look on his face.
Having a pleasant discussion in this situation.
He's buttering up the refs. He's being nice to them, smiling, laughing.
He's been here before.
Oh, yeah. Not his first rodeo.
Codeiro throws on 3rd and 6. Needs to get some help, and I think he picked up the first down. Dedrick Parson cut it back inside. He knew exactly where the sticks were.
A nice job by Parson here, understanding the situation, knowing where the sticks are. And lowering the shoulder, getting the first down, and getting out of bounds.
Smart play by Parson, and it does look like he's going to get the lion's share of the carries. We thought Day-Day Hunter could be back in this one, but it does not look like he's going to be seeing the field, at least not at this point. Here's Parson again, out past the 35.
I think if they're going to try and score here, they're going to want to get a timeout. They've got 2 timeouts here as well.
It doesn't seem like they're being overly aggressive, does it?
No, it doesn't. I mean, if you're going to try and get some points here, you get that timeout. And you've only got 30 seconds. You're not even past midfield.
Again, the short pass to Parson falls incomplete. Apparently, Hawaii content to go into the locker room down by 7 on their home turf here, but you never know. San Diego State gets that ball back. Maybe they get a little crazy. Look at Todd Graham. Defensive-minded head coach with his son as the offensive coordinator. Uh-oh, here comes the pressure. Codeiro rolls out and just gets rid of it. There is a flag on the play, however.
And you see Codeiro rolling out, starting out to the right, and then because of the pressure having to go back the other way, that's usually some sort of hold that allows something like that to happen. You did a nice job on that formation, though. You line up in a condensed formation. You get those receivers in towards the line, think that you're throwing in the towel, basically, but they go vertical on there.
Offense, number 75. That penalty declined. Pass is incomplete. 4th down.
So 21 seconds left in the half. Penalty called on Elm Manning, the senior from Apollo High School in Glendale, Arizona. Looked like just a little shove in the back. And you can see Codeiro.
Yeah, we've seen much less called for roughing, and I know that people go back and forth, and normally it depends on if it's called against your team or it hasn't been called for your team as to whether people think that's actually roughing, but certainly could have been right there. And on the whole, a lot of times when you're so dominant, like a Manning at that left tackle spot, you control your guy so much, and officials sometimes just assume you had to hold to do something like that to control a player.
So a 7-point ball game, and it looks like that's how we're going to go into the locker room at halftime. And it has been turnovers that have led to points. When you were San Diego State, you wanted to come into this game, and some of the keys that you've been preaching all week long: no turnovers, eliminate tackles for losses, and hit a few big plays. They've had a turnover, as has Hawaii. So Hawaii will receive the second half kickoff. And they will go into the locker room down by 7 here at the Chin Complex.
Minute work.
Oh, boy.
The man down under playing. We're not quite all the way down there, but Hawaii's close enough.
It does mellow you out a little bit. We'll see you again for the second half.
I met a strange lady.
Jake from State Farm. Thanks for the great rate on my insurance, man.
Wait, I said Byron got the Patrick price? Thought that was our thing.
Thanks for the killer rate, Jake.
Shreddy Betty got it too?
Patrick, State Farm offers rates that fit anyone's budget, even a man handstand.
Thanks again, Jake. Up top. I'm gonna go work out these fillings.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Old Trapper Beefs. Last bag.
You know there's plenty for both of you.
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Inspiration is out there. Go find it.
beautiful ideas that remain in the dark. But with our new multi-cloud experience, you have the flexibility you need to unveil them to the world.
Red Bull gives you wings. Today, let's paint with new Bear Dynasty so that you can be proud of your walls.
Where's your furniture?
Oh, we thought it distracted from the new Bear Dynasty paint color. Let me take your coats.
Because Bear Dynasty only takes one coat.
Bear Dynasty.
Go ahead, throw your wine on it. What?
Stain repellent.
It's also scuff resistant.
Introducing Bear Dynasty, the best of Bear, exclusively at the Home Depot.
We welcome you to the State Farm halftime show. Glad you're with us. Rob Stone, Brady Quinn, Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, the coach Bob Stoops here with you. We're going to get you back out for the second half of your game shortly, but first, let's get you caught up on the Week 10 chaos with our halftime highlights sponsored by State Farm. Off their gutty come-from-behind win last Saturday over Michigan, the Spartans found themselves at number 3, but in tricky West Lafayette, King Doe-Roo from 1 yard out. Boilermakers up 7.
Purdue is the official sniper of the Big
Sniper. Sniper just got
what a
thorn.
play.
Purdue already upset number 2. Iowa now upsets number 3. Michigan State stormed that field. Boilermakers, you deserve it. Number 5, Ohio State, trying to avoid the upset in Lincoln. Earlier today on Fox, C.J. Stroud, his third 400-yard passing game of the year. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 15 grabs, 240 yards.
What a day.
Have yourself a day, Jackson. Number 12, Baylor took care of Texas last week. Jerry Kildo, the interim coach for TCU, replacing Gary Patterson, fourth quarter, 2-point game. Chandler Morris, 461 through the air, 2 touchdowns.
He was incredible. I mean, over 560 total yards of offense, throwing and rushing, and the TCU defense, can't say enough, really came up with big plays, getting a couple turnovers.
Got it when it mattered the most, but Jerry Kill doesn't need it.
They got some of the water. He got some of the water.
Jerry's still got some swivel in those hips. I think they're enjoying themselves in Fort Worth. More on that one in a second. 11th ranked Oklahoma State at the Big 12 sniper of West Virginia, but the sniper, didn't show today.
Ammunition. There's nothing in West Virginia. This is all Oklahoma State. 8 sacks today from Oklahoma State defense.
They're a really solid football team.
They are,
really good.
Coach. You keep saying that, man, and I believe you.
West Virginia, only 133 yards of offense. Let's go back, though, to the Baylor loss in Fort Worth. TCU and the quarterback, Chandler Morris, the son of former Arkansas and SMU head coach, Chad Morris. This dude did everything but, like, return kicks and fill water bottles.
He was unbelievable. Over, like, 531 yards of total offense, 3 touchdowns. But it was just the key plays at the end of the game that stood out. This was his first career start against one of the best defenses in his conference. 70 yards rushing. He made play after play like this. Down in the red zone, he was efficient, protected the football. And then this we just saw in the highlight, big play down the stretch. This was the play of the game right here. Yeah. Baylor gets off the field. That was 2nd and long right here. He ends up getting a first down, which keeps the clock turning, makes Baylor have their timeouts or use their timeout. So he was a magician. He made plays. Yeah. He was outstanding down the stretch, and really just a great win for TCU with what happened with Gary Patterson. Emotional win for them. Well done.
I was impressed with TCU. I mean, they came into the game at 3-5, but they did not play like that today. They played really well today. And from the beginning of the game, I thought the defense set the tone. They got pressure on the quarterback, hit him. And this was the play to me that kind of set the tone for the rest of the game, because when you hit the quarterback like that, it sends a message, and then you see the defense seal the game. So I was very impressed with this football team. They made plays all across the board, but especially on defense, they showed up when their team needed them.
And I want to compliment Doug Meacham, the offensive coordinator, playing to his Chandler's strengths and Chandler Morris's strengths, and making them comfortable, made all kind of plays. And I talked to Gary Patterson earlier in the week, And I said, Gary, what are you doing? I figured he'd be on the golf course. He says, I'm in the office working. I go, what are you talking about? He said, he goes, no, I'm helping the guys with the game prep, just like we always do. Yeah. So compliments to him and congratulations to him as well for sticking around, doing it for his players, giving them an opportunity, best opportunity to win. And they played a great defensive game. And, so again, congratulations to them.
Yeah, look, for Baylor, all is not lost. You have to win next week. They've got Oklahoma coming to town. You have to win that one to give yourself a chance at a Big 12 championship. They would then need, obviously, Oklahoma State to beat Oklahoma again, which seems unlikely at this point, but it's not completely out of hand. The thing that really struck me the most, it surprised me, was just how much yards, how much production that Baylor defense gave up. They've been so good all year long. That's Dave Aranda's calling card today. Just didn't have it. And credit TCU, Doug Meacham, Chandler Morris for all stepping up.
Yeah, and then I indicated ahead of the game that Gary probably, is somewhere helping. Yeah. He hit me at halftime and said, of course I'm there helping. So
that's amazing.
Baylor hosting Oklahoma next Saturday. Big test in the Big 12. Unbeaten Cincinnati. Boy, they had to have felt disrespected, slotted in at number 6 in the first playoff standings, but back-to-back subpar outings over Navy, Tulane didn't help their hunt for style points. They didn't get a whole lot of style points today either, as they had to hold off late against Tulsa. Desmond Ritter fumbles this ball.
Look at the ball.
Right, so Tulsa has it. Chance to win this game.
Pick that ball up and score. Guys don't go under center enough, so they're not ready for it.
Fourth and goal.
Football right there.
Steven Anderson fumbles it in the end zone since he recovers.
Did he have control?
So 2 things. I think he was offside, Coach. You were right. And also, I mean, I don't know.
Hey, Coach, man, our running back coach used to always tell me, when you're going over the pile, don't stick it out. There's too many guys over there can knock it out.
How about on 4th down, though?
Yeah, you got to on 4th down.
Then you need to win the game.
Georgia doing Georgia things, 505 yards of total offense. Stetson Bennett, 255, 2 touchdowns. This one was not close, although Missouri had the lead, 3-0, and then they lost it, obviously. This is a big one here. Path to the SEC West title still available for both A&M and Auburn. College Station, a little strip. Bo Nix, coach, your guy.
That's my guy, Bo.
Yeah, that play changed the whole momentum of the game.
Congrats to Jimbo Fisher. What a great job he's doing.
Unbeaten Wake Forest at number 9 in Chapel Hill. What a fun one this was. Ty Chandler.
Got all these Ty Chandler highlights, man, but Sam Howell put this team on his back throughout the course of the game. Wasn't much defense played, but time and time again, Ty Chandler, Sam Howell really answered the call.
Chandler, career high 214 yards rushing, career high 4 touchdowns. 1,161 yards of total offense, 113 points. They stormed the field in Chapel Hill. They get the upset over previously unbeaten Wake Forest. Number 20, Minnesota, leading the Big Ten West, hosting Illinois. You want a sniper? There's your Big Ten sniper.
Another
this year,
sniper.
Illinois.
The Big Ten is getting it from all different directions this year.
Right? Purdue, Illinois. Watch out, man.
Telling you, man, the next 3 weeks in this conference,
it's about to get rich.
That division. Who comes out of the West?
You know who could be coming out of the West?
Yeah.
Wisconsin, back from the dead. The Badgers and Graham Mertz took it to Rutgers today in Jersey.
Literally. Wisconsin wish they could play Rutgers every week.
They put up a 50 burger there.
I never thought they'd get above 50 ever.
They started 1-3, 5 straight.
Coach said ever.
Position to win their division.
Earlier today on FS1, Penn State, in the midst of a 3-game losing streak at Maryland.
He wears a number. He wears a number.
Number 5.
Gone.
Looks
Jahan
sweet,
Dotson.
Too. Gone.
11 grabs, 242 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, 31-14. Nittany Lions get the win. 10th ranked Notre Dame hosting Navy, the Cone Dog.
Look at this laser.
Cone Dog.
Whole shot, perfectly executed.
Turkey hole.
Kevin Austin does the rest for a 70-yard touchdown.
All Conner does is win games. All Conner does is win games.
So Notre Dame gets a big, comfortable win, and Irish people like to be Irish people like to be comfortable, right, Brady Quinn? I mean, that's how they do it. I mean, your hair doesn't look comfortable, but Brady likes to.
We like. Oh, there he goes.
ladies, keep it tight, ladies. All right, but there they are. There's the sticks.
I knew this was gonna.
some point. I knew this was going to come out at some point.
Brady, you got everybody. Do you have sandals on, Brady?
I don't have sandals.
Brady, are you wearing sandals too?
I got my running shoes on. I got my
Hey, man, it's like the country club in here. What are you doing,
Brady,
dude?
man. You good?
What are you doing right now?
Are you nice and breezy right? Do you feel good right now?
I'm just laughing because
it's feeling good
nice
down
and
there.
breezy.
There was some edits to that video. There was a lot of funny edits to that video that didn't make that.
You kind of locked into that seat right now, brother.
You know the camera is always on. Second half of your game coming up next.
Did you stand up?
We're so embarrassed we overpaid for this used car. We don't even want to show our faces around here.
Yep. Went to the wrong used car site.
Remember, if you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again.
All right, kids. Coast is clear. Wait for me.
Come on, come on. Shop millions of great deals, all with the free Carfax report. Only at the all-new Carfax.com.
You want fries with that? You want fries with that?
Want fries with that? Welcome to Wendy's. What would you like with your hot and crispy fries?
Introducing Wendy's new fries. Guaranteed hot and crispy, or we'll replace them. They're even preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's. Get to Wendy's and try our new hot and crispy fries for yourself.
Hey, Google.
What should we do?
I'm going to cashnetusa.com. I can apply in minutes, and if approved, we can have the money as soon as the same business day.
Go to cashnetusa.com to apply for the money you need.
I love every bit of what I do. Something about getting into a tractor early in the morning.
It's in your blood, is what it is.
I've always wanted to be a cowboy.
You have to be tough. You have to be gritty. No matter what it is doing outside, you have to get the job done.
When you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, and that's how we feel.
Learn to appreciate the simple things that make you happy.
You know what hurts? But you know what's painless? Using ZocDoc to book a same-day appointment with a dentist who takes your insurance. ZocDoc makes healthcare easy.
It's a beautiful place to visit. It's a tough place to play. And right now, 24th ranked San Diego State on top of Hawaii, 14-7 at halftime. Due in part to this guy, running back Greg Bell, the senior from Chula Vista, California.
Yeah, nice physical runs, and that offensive line doing a nice job. You see this zone play to the front side. Greg Bell taking it out the backside, taking a shot from Bethley as he's going out of bounds on that one. Nice job with the vision, just being physical. He has really allowed this San Diego State team to control the football in this first half of the game. They doubled up the time of possession over Hawaii, almost 20 minutes of possession for the Aztecs in the first half.
Look at the numbers there for Bell, fourth in the Mountain West in rushing this season with just over 700 yards, 7 rushing touchdowns. One of the main reasons this San Diego State offense second in the Mountain West with just over 200 yards per game. They are a running team, and they're going to hope to run away with this one coming up.
Sunday on Fox, the Broncos
take on Dak and the boys. Wow! Then, in America's Game of the Week, Aaron Jones leads the Packers against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Touchdown! It all kicks off with a special Fox NFL Sunday pregame show, live from Annapolis. Sunday on Fox. Check for the game in your area.
Hey, businesses, you all deserve something epic. So we're giving every business our best deals on every iPhone, including the iPhone 13 Pro with 5G.
That's the one with the amazing camera.
Yep, every business deserves it. Like ones that reopened. Hey, we have an appointment. And every new business that just opened.
Like aromatherapy rugs.
I'll take one in blue, please.
It's not complicated. AT&T is giving new and existing customers our best deals on every iPhone, including up to $800 off the epic iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro.
PNC Bank believes that if a pair of goggles can help your backhand get better, then your bank should help you budget even better. Virtual Wallet is so much more than a checking account. Its low cash mode feature gives you at least 24 hours of extra time to help you avoid an overdraft fee.
You see that?
Virtual Wallet with low cash mode from PNC Bank. One way we're making a difference.
No one said it would be easy to hold your head up through the ups and downs. Got a feeling in my bones. I'm not gonna sit around here waiting. My time is now.
It's a great time to get Domino's, because right now, if you order online and carry out with Domino's Carside Delivery between 4 to 9, you'll get 49% off all menu price pizzas. See what we did there? With the 4 and the 9?
Kinda funny.
Get 49% off all menu price pizzas for a limited time only.
A double elimination throws the semifinals into chaos. Are you kidding me? The Masked Singer, all new Wednesday on Fox.
Why pay over $100 a month for cable when it's half the cost for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want, with all the entertainment you love, for the price that cable can't beat. Try free.
Hey, I can tell you're a fan. Lucky for you, nothing keeps you connected like AT&T 5G.
5G, huh? Is that fast?
Oh yeah, it's fast.
And is it reliable?
Definitely is.
What about secure?
Oh yeah, it's secure.
Love it.
How many of those you got? I don't know. You're very good at whatever this is.
You flatter me.
It's not complicated. AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure.
Hinge is the dating app that's designed to be deleted. So meet someone worth meeting and get rid of us. We wouldn't want it any other way.
Look at the numbers here from the first half. 14-7, San Diego State on top. Hasn't actually been a barn burner in terms of total yards. You can see for Hawaii, Robert, just 80 total yards. Keep in mind that San Diego State had a punt that went 79 yards.
Yeah, and you can see on this first touchdown drive, Greg Bell capped it off with the touchdown run, and then Hawaii forces a turnover. And Codeiro gets the pass to Calvin Turner, and then San Diego State decides to run the fake field goal, and it is Jack Browning, backup punter, taking it in for the touchdown. You can see Brady Hoke right there. Decided to go for the fake on that one. Aggressive play on the road. But again, they have been the more physical team in that first half. And we know Todd Graham, defensive-minded coach, he likes to be physical, but it was San Diego State really got that run game going. We'll see what Hawaii can do here in the second half. Just 80 yards of offense in that first half. He just hit the goal.
Did you see that kick?
He hit the goal. I mean, and it didn't just hit it. It bounced back to the 5-yard line. And look at, he's like, yeah, I was trying to do that.
Matt Ariza might have the strongest leg that I have ever seen from Rancho Bernardo High School in San Diego. It is something else. That's wild.
Justin Tucker-esque.
I mean, I think even Justin Tucker might be jealous of the power in that leg. I mean, Sebastian Janikowski was drafted pretty high. Maybe you have to draft this kid up there as well. They'll draft kickers and punters very high these days. Calvin Turner on the first carry of the second half goes for 1. First half defense for San Diego State, slightly better this week than it was last week in their loss to Fresno State.
Yeah, they really never just got that offense rolling in that first half. It was a good job by Turner not actually losing yardage on that first play.
Here's Turner again on 2nd and 9. Tries to elude the tackle of Trenton Thompson, but the San Diego State captain was having none of it.
And you can see they want to get the ball into Calvin Turner's hands. He's their playmaker. They use him at that running back position. They have him split out. But I just don't think that they have confidence in Chevan Codeiro right now in that first half. Only 4 completions. That's why they had Turner there. But here, 3rd and 8, you have to try and get the ball, drive it downfield.
4-man rush from San Diego State. Codeiro sees nothing downfield. Eludes one tackler, but not another. And they are going to be forced to punt. Not the start that the Rainbow Warriors were looking for. Caden McDonald, one of those who almost got Codeiro right there.
Again, Cordeiro's just not seeing things quickly enough. I wouldn't be surprised to see the backup, Braden Shager, at some point come in here in the second half if we keep seeing Codeiro struggle. Just a true freshman out of the Dallas area. Todd Graham, of course, from the Dallas area as well, from Mesquite, Texas.
Ball bounces right at the 50-yard line and then takes a left turn out of bounds. You talk about Braden Schrager, the backup quarterback for Hawaii. He did start 3 games this season. Codeiro missed 3 games with an injury, then returned against Utah State. Wasn't fully healthy, but he did play and actually played relatively well. Did have an interception in that game, but that was off a tip pass. And Todd Graham and Bo Graham, the offensive coordinator, told us that he was as healthy as he has been. So we'll see how long they stick with the junior from St. Louis High School in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Yeah, and sometimes you just want to get a spark. If your quarterback's struggling, and I know the backup quarterback's oftentimes the most popular player on any roster from the fans' perspective, sometimes that spark is the difference for your team.
San Diego State keeping it on the ground. Again, running into the heart of that Hawaii defense is Greg Bell. And you know, we highlighted Greg Bell coming back from halftime. It's not sexy what he's done, but it's been effective. He only has 48 yards rushing in the game, but he has enabled them to establish that run game, which has been important to San Diego State, which it's the foundation of this offense.
Number 21, Bell.
This is the other Bell, Chance Bell, with his 2nd carry of the ball game, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and medium.
A concerning sign there, really, to see Greg Bell on the sideline. You could see him opening and closing his hand. I'm not sure if it was maybe a shoulder. I know that he had some soreness, or if it was his hand, but something made him want to go to the sideline and see them taking a look at him on the sideline. And he's really their most physical runner, and they're grabbing the forearm a little bit. Not sure what happened, but clearly not healthy. You want to have him in there. Chance Bell, Jordan Bird, his replacements just not as physical as Greg.
Play clock ran out.
Delay game. Offense, number 7, 5-yard penalty. They 3rd down.
Lucas Johnson, a 6th-year senior, has to see that play clock when it's winding down.
And this is when you want to dial up some pressure. You're struggling offensively, not getting what you want. Go from 3rd and 5, 3rd and 10. Try and dial up some pressure. Maybe force a turnover. At least get a sack.
Here's Johnson, keeps it himself, and not enough on 3rd and 10 to pick up the first. It was Solo Turner, the safety from Frisco, Texas, coming in to make the tackle.
Lucas Johnson hangs on to this one, and when we were going to break after the first half, just watching Lucas Johnson going towards the tunnel. He doesn't look like he's completely healthy. You can see a little bit of a limp in his gait. So he doesn't look completely healthy. You got a punter like Ariza, though. Go ahead and let him try and pin the team inside the 5-yard line.
He didn't get the bounce he wanted on that punt, but it landed at the 2-yard line and nearly bounced out of bounds. Luckily for Hawaii, bouncing the end zone.
Yes, so what I'm saying is people like options. When you take Geico, you can call them anytime you feel like saving money. It don't matter, day or night. Use your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, whatever. The point is, you have options. Ah, how convenient. Oi, crab cakes. What are you looking at?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Tender pork, tangy pickles, delicious sauce. Any one of these alone would make a good sandwich. But to be the most important sandwich of the year, I'd humbly suggest having all three. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This is Antonelli's Cheese Shop.
And we're the Antonellis.
Do good, eat good.
That's our mission.
We chose our new Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because it gives us unlimited 2% cash back on everything we buy.
And it has no preset spending limit, so our purchasing power adapts to our business needs. We use our 2% cash back to help cover our employees' healthcare costs.
And that's how we take care of our most valuable asset.
Our people. It may sound cheesy,
but we like it that way. What's in your wallet?
Singing or speaking.
Reason or fun. Daring or thoughtful. Sensitive or strong. Progress isn't either or. Progress is everything.
Dad, we got this.
We got this.
Come check out town, babe.
We got this. We got this.
Life is for living.
We got this.
Let's partner for all of it. Edward Jones.
It's an emotional battle for the last two spots in the Alter Ego semifinals.
I felt a lot of unexpected love.
And one avatar will stand above the rest.
Intrigue, mystery, excitement. You have all those things.
All new Alter Ego, Wednesday after The Masked Singer on Fox.
One of the prettiest places on the planet. I would not want to run into the stingray, though, when I'm in the water in Hawaii.
Stingray, there we are.
Hey!
Dude, my calves have never looked so big, and my chest has never looked less hairy.
Look at
well,
you.
I shouldn't say never.
Gosh, you look great. I mean, that could be me. Just big, chunky calves, skinny, fat, sitting on the beach.
I'm like, whoa, what are we doing?
I think there's a martini glass in my hand. That was well photoshopped, by the way.
The Huma Huma Nuka Nuka Apawa'a is the name of that fish.
The state fish? You are one of 5 people on the planet who don't live in Hawaii who can say that. Fish, Jared Smart, on the catch for the Rainbow Warriors. And they got to get something going here. Codeiro can sling the rock, but he's only completed 5 passes. And we have 10:41 to go here in the third quarter. First down Hawaii, Dedrick Parson with one of his best runs of the day.
And I love the way Dedrick Parson runs. I mean, we talked about his versatility and how they could line him up on the outside, but watch the way that he moves through the line of scrimmage and catching those defenders out of his peripheral vision and making those last-second moves and then finishing the run in such a physical manner.
Codeiro, 3 receivers to his left, goes to the right side, off the hands of Parson.
It was Cam Thomas applying the pressure on that one, getting the ball out of Cordeiro's hands sooner than he wanted. You can see the use of his hands right there. And Kurt Maddox, the defensive coordinator, talked about him, the way that he watches film, the way that he works, and the way that he practices his craft. Great use of the hands, getting around the offensive lineman, getting to Codeiro, forcing that ball out early.
2nd and 10. Low pass looking for Calvin Turner. And Turner not able to go down and get that. Talking about Cameron Thomas, and this guy is two-time All-Mountain West player, number 99. And here's another look at the pass that he looked like he had it, and then the ball hits the turf. So not going to go in the books as a catch, but
and probably better, because
yeah,
you would have lost
absolutely.
a yard or so on that one, probably, if they counted that as a catch.
When we asked Mannix about Cameron Thomas, he says, you know who he is? He's the guy that always carries that big water bottle around everywhere. That's who he is. He's about football. He's about health. 3rd and 10. Codeiro has some room now, does a nice job spinning out of the pocket. He's going to get to midfield here, and then some. Finally run out of bounds at the 45 by Thompson. And we have a flag. That might be the spark that Hawaii's been looking for.
We'll see what this flag is. Normally when quarterbacks escape the pocket like that, it's a little bit different because the linemen catch it out of the corner of their eye where he's going, and so they may try and keep a defender from him. And they are certainly pointing in that direction of Hawaii. And that can happen a lot of times when a quarterback escapes the pocket, either with those offensive linemen or sometimes downfield. You get some wide receivers blocking downfield, and they get a little bit handsy trying to help their quarterback out. But it was a great job by Codeiro avoiding Segun Alubi, who's an excellent player in that secondary for San Diego State. Put a nice move on him. Able to get that yardage. A shame that this one's probably going to be coming back.
You can see Todd Graham shaking his head. Brady Hoke in there with Christian Watson and the rest of the officiating crew, as we wait to find out what the call was.
It's unusual that it would take this long. Maybe they're trying to figure out where.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Both are being forced. During the play, personal foul, blindside block, offense, number 84. After the play, personal foul, late hit, defense, number 18. That penalty also be enforced. By rule, automatic first down.
All right, so it's Nick Martiner offensively, and then Trenton Thompson with the hit on Codeiro. I'm not seeing it, partner.
Well, I didn't see Nick Martiner in that shot at all. But they're going to get him there on the late hit. He's clearly out of bounds, and a lot of times defenders think that they have the right to make that hit after they ran that far, but you can't do it once he steps out of bounds.
Codeiro with time, and ball comes out. It was caught, and then it comes out. That was Jared Smart making the catch, and he was absolutely popped. C.J. Baskerville scoops it up. Let's see what the ruling on the field is.
Well, this one's going to be interesting, and they're told to let these plays go because they want the defense to have the opportunity to make this recovery. And that clearly looks like a catch to me. The thing I'm wondering is if there's going to be a review, Are they going to see targeting possibly here on Taylor Hawkins that makes that hit? This is going to be really interesting, the review period here, because they're going to look and see if there was a catch. Certainly looked like there was, but there may be a review as well for targeting.
The ruling on the field is a catch, fumble, recovered by the defense. Sideline warning, San Diego State. By rule, San Diego State's ball, first down.
Catch, fumble, San Diego State takes over. Here's another look.
And remember, they're reviewing this continually up in the booth. Are they going to take a look here? Oh, you see the helmet move, but that looked like a clean hit. He was a defenseless player, but that hit was not to the head or neck area. It looked like he just got that forearm right into the chest.
Dean Blandino is standing by. Thank goodness. Dean, what did you see here?
Yeah, interesting play. A couple of things. First, is it a catch? Yes, he has control, body part, he turns upfield. Then is it a fumble? And the ball does come out before he's down. And then the last thing, like you've been talking about, is it targeting? To me, it looks like he does a great job getting the head across, leading with the shoulder to the body. I don't see this as targeting. There's no forcible contact to the head-neck area.
All right, Dean Blandino. Mountain West after dark. We need a rules official with us. Let's see if San Diego State can take advantage of the turnover. And that's Greg Bell picking up a couple. They are definitely going to chew up some clock and keep it on the ground and see how close they can get Greg Bell to 100 yards tonight. But first he has to get past 50, 16 carries, 49 yards in a workmanlike effort for the fourth leading rusher in the conference.
Well, it's just good to see him back in the field. Remember, we saw him on the sideline, moving his hand and forearm, checking to see if he was healthy enough to get back in. Good to see him back in the field.
Here's Bell again, putting his head down. Corey Bethley coming in to help make the stop, along with Jonah Laulu, who has been very active tonight. Probably the most active guy on that defensive line.
You see Corey Bethley right there at number 5. The Swiss Army knife of that defense. Todd Graham, again, said he's the smartest player he's ever seen. Watch him insert himself into the line of scrimmage right here. See what he can do on third down.
3rd and 4, quick pass off the hands of Bellinger. Lucky that wasn't tipped up a little higher and picked.
And again, the thing that Todd Graham says about Corey Bethley is that he just understands the game so well. And he said, literally, like, his calls are better than mine. He sees things, and it's that formational awareness. What are they going to do out of this formation? Where should we be trying to bring pressure? And you can see on that one, Corey Bethley almost got his hands on that ball to tip it, and it was almost an interception anyway. But a great job once again, Corey Bethley knowing where to insert himself in the box and to get the pressure to get the ball out of Lucas Johnson's hands a little bit earlier than he wanted to.
Matt Ariza kicking from his own 40, and a fair catch called for at the 12 by Dedrick Parsons. Still a 7-point game in Hawaii. Back after this.
Welcome to Allstate, where we have all new lower auto rates and savings like that make you feel like you won the whole dang thing. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate, because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
Regina approaches the all-electric Cadillac Lyriq. It's a sunny day.
Nah, a stormy day.
Classical music plays.
Brass band, New Orleans.
She drives hands-free along the coast.
Make it Palm Springs. Cadillac is going electric. If you want to be bold, you have to go off script.
Experience the all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
Remember their love, not the spots they leave behind. With the Bissell Pro Heat 2X Revolution Pet Pro, it removes stains, odors, and allergens, even the toughest set and messes. That's why it's our best deep cleaning system for pet messes.
See? All better.
Whatever stage of pet parenthood you're in, Bissell helps you live in the moment, not the mess.
I love every bit of what I do. Something about getting into a tractor early in the morning.
It's in your blood, is what it is. I've always wanted to be a cowboy.
You have to be tough. You have to be gritty. No matter what it is doing outside, you have to get the job done.
When you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, and that's how we feel.
Learn to appreciate the simple things that make you happy.
Tremendous tradition of quarterbacks at St. Louis High School in Honolulu. Marcus Mariota, the number 2 overall pick. Tua Tagovailoa, 5 overall to the Dolphins. And Chevan Codeiro, who backed up School has a lot to live up to, and it has been a struggle on the last 5 possessions. 2 turnovers, 3 punts for the St. Louis High School product. Would love nothing more than to get something going here from the 12-yard line. Calls his own number, and he is going to be a yard shy of the first down. They'll take 9 yards every time.
Yeah, and we saw it on the previous drive. It was the run, Chevan Codeiro, and the multiple penalties on that play just before the turnover. But his legs can be the difference. Again, he led this team in rushing a year ago. That's the first time that the quarterback has led the team in rushing for Hawaii since 1961. Michael Carter.
Here's Codeiro again, and again he's going to take off, picking up the first down out to the 30-yard line, and then wisely slides down after picking up the first.
Offensive coordinators, quarterbacks, or offensive coordinators will say to their quarterbacks, let the defense speak to you and believe what it is that they're saying to you. And this defense is clearly allowing this for Codeiro. Take that opportunity. You've had struggles moving the football. If they're going to give you quarterback run, take quarterback run.
Here's Parson picking up 3 out to the 30-yard line. It's almost like a basketball player, right, who can't hit his jump shot. You take the easy one. You go in for the layup. When you're a quarterback, you see a lane there, take off. Let's get a few easy ones.
Absolutely. Short passes and short run or easy runs from the quarterback position. They're dropping back. They're trying to get in the way of those passing lanes, but they're leaving opportunities for him to run. He can just take off. Here we see Parsons splitting out again. Empty formation. Looks like they're going to bring some pressure.
On 2nd and 7, here he is, picking up the first down. Nice play drawn up by Bo Graham there. Cedarius Barfield on the stop after Parson picks up the first.
Yeah, and so many times it's not just the play that you call, but it's the timing of the play that you call. When they're bringing pressure, they had lined up Parson on the outside in that empty formation. They bring him on that short crossing route. He's able to catch that ball because that area has been vacated at that linebacker level. Nobody there to make the stop.
Dedrick Parson with his 2nd catch of the game, going to keep it on the ground, and nothing going. There's Cam Thomas coming in there.
Calvin Turner on that carry right there. That's one of those slobber knockers, as we would call him, taking the hit right there.
Calvin Turner, 5'11", 195 pounds.
That's
Cam
one.
Thomas, 6'5", 270.
That's one where you're earning your scholarship right
no
there,
doubt.
Taking that hit.
Calvin's probably. I didn't feel these kind of hits at Jacksonville.
It's a little different.
Pressure coming on Codeiro, and they got him. Keyshawn Banks with the sack for the Aztecs. It is the 3rd sack of the game for the San Diego State defense.
And it was that duo, Cam Thomas applying pressure from one side, forcing Codeiro to move in the pocket, and then it's Keyshawn Banks finishing it off. And he's feeling it after that one. You gotta love that. Love that raw emotion from the players.
It is a quick business trip for San Diego State to Hawaii. They are literally in and out. And right now, clinging on to a 7-point lead. Codeiro looking deep, and flags coming in. That was Nick Gardner. And Cedarius Barfield playing that boundary warrior position, called for the penalty.
15-yard penalty. The automatic. First there.
And a few times actually in the game a week ago against Utah State, Chevan Codeiro overthrew players. Gardner on this play, you underthrow him here, but still give him an opportunity to get back and try and fight for that football. And then, of course, you're able to draw the penalty on Barfield on that one.
First and 10, Hawaii ball at the 48-yard line.
Fresh set of downs at the 48. Codeiro fires again, this time to Turner. And in there for the stop right away is Trenton Thompson.
Number 18, Trenton Thompson.
Nice shot by Thompson, recognizing that one, getting up and making that tackle on Calvin Turner. Got there so quickly, didn't even give Turner an opportunity to make a move on him. Believe what you see. You hear that so many times from defensive coordinators. He believed what he saw, got there, and made the tackle.
Good fake by Codeiro. And then he slides. He's going to be shy of the first down.
Remember, when the quarterback goes into that slide, they're going to, might look at targeting here because he does give himself up, which means that they're going to mark the ball where he does give himself up in the slide. But any hit to the head or neck area, once the quarterback has gone into that slide, can draw the targeting penalty.
It's Andrew Alecki, who came in after the slide was started. It's tough for defenders, though, especially with that quick late slide like he had.
There is no foul for late hit. Third down.
So, according to Dean Blandino, that was a good pickup. Here's another look here. Look how late he went into the slide.
Woo! It was close. We can see how it's not a late hit. He does go into that.
Well, Alecki had already started going in for the tackle almost simultaneously to when Codeiro went for the slide. So, seemed like a good pickup and confirmed by Dean Blandino.
I believe our rules expert. He says it's a good pickup. It's a good pickup. But it's a good job by the officiating crew as well, getting together, discussing that one, and coming up with the right call.
That's the way it's supposed to work. 3rd and 2. Pressure coming. Carson. Did he manage to stay in bounds to pick up the first? We do have a flag on the field. Looked like he may have stepped out before he picked it up anyway. Let's see what Christian Watson says here.
Holding. Offense. Number 72. 10-yard penalty. Made 3rd down.
That's the center, Colaval.
Codeiro gets the ball out here to Parson in the flat. Shawcraft.
He is an absolute monster for a center. I don't know that there's not a center in the NFL who's 6'6", 350 pounds.
No, I mean that's a big guard. 6'6", 350 as a center. Definitely don't see that a lot.
Hawaii spreading him out. Codeiro, pressure coming again. And he's not going to be able to elude it. There were a couple of Aztecs who had a shot and finally taken down for the sack. That's Tavai and Keyshawn Banks. What do you say? You give them each half a sack apiece there?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. This offensive line for Hawaii, very experienced, but you're seeing this defensive front for San Diego State all day long done a nice job really controlling the line of scrimmage and getting to Codeiro so quickly and flushing him from the pocket. And because they've moved so well, you've seen some twists, you've seen some stunts, and allowed Banks right there to get all the way home. But yeah, if you're a defensive lineman, you say, hey, last guy in the pile jumps on the pile, they're all going to get a half sack out of that.
No, San Diego State going to get another bite at the apple offensively, this time from the 21-yard line when we come back.
What if smartphones were more than just smart? The all-new Google Pixel 6, with our most advanced and inclusive smartphone camera yet. It truly sees you, not a blurry face. It makes motion silky smooth. And for things you don't want to see, it removes them instantly with Magic Eraser. Pixel 6 is the highest rated phone for security and has 24-hour adaptive battery that sends power precisely where you need it. Live Translate speaks your language and hers, however you speak it. Pixel 6 even adapts to match your style. It's the phone that understands we're all different. Google Pixel 6. for all you are.
Hey, Google.
You want fries with that? You want fries with that? Want fries with that?
Welcome to Wendy's. What would you like with your hot and crispy fries?
Introducing Wendy's new fries. Guaranteed hot and crispy, or we'll replace them. They're even preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's. Get to Wendy's and try our new hot and crispy fries for yourself.
Do-it-all superstar Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. What a run! Still going. Square off against Tua and the Dolphins. Ravens, Dolphins, Thursday Night Football on Fox, NFL Network, and streaming on Prime Video.
This Veterans Day, Fox Sports proudly salutes and supports our nation's military heroes and the organizations that serve them. Foundations for Women Warriors is a 101-year-old nonprofit dedicated to honoring and empowering the women veteran community and their children. For more information, visit foundationforwomenwarriors.org. From Warriors to Aztecs, San Diego State going to the air and incomplete. Would have been about an 8-yard gain. Speaking of Women Warriors, Aztecs a big Veterans Day show on Fox NFL Sunday tomorrow. The guy's going to be in Annapolis, side of the Naval Academy. Looking forward to that. Some big games coming up on Fox tomorrow. 2nd and 10 for Lucas Johnson. 6 completions for 52 yards. Not exactly an aerial assault, but that is good enough to pick up the first down. Daniel Bellinger, his leading receiver, coming into the game with his 4th catch of the game.
And Bellinger does a nice job getting into the second level of that defense, finding a nice soft spot and settling down, giving Lucas Johnson a nice target right there. Thankfully, the ref was able to duck out of the way on that one.
Talking to Jeff Eklinski, the offensive coordinator, he's pretty confident that we'll be seeing Bellinger playing on Sundays. Here comes the pressure. That was Tavai. Lucas Johnson scrambles out of the pocket, eludes that, but he cannot get away from the eventual tackler, but we do have a flag down. Isaiah Tufunga.
Holding. Offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty. Remains first down.
That's Zach Thomas, the left tackle. He's ranked among some of the top tackles in the country according to Pro Football Focus. And, you know, I guess he gets the hand on that right shoulder, but a lot of times, again, when the officials see an offensive lineman take a defensive lineman down completely, sometimes they just assume he was holding. I'm not so sure that was a hold. I didn't see any definitive hold on that play.
First and 20, got 8 yards back. Again, it's Bellinger, catch number 5 for the big tight end from Las Vegas. Corey Bethley there for the stop for Hawaii. Still a 7-point game here on the island. Back for the 4th quarter after this.
Big East Hoops return with the opening night tip-off show.
Here we go.
And for the first time ever, we cover all 7 games with live look-ins of each matchup. Experience a huge opening night like never before. Plus, you can watch your favorite team on its own channel on the Fox Sports app. The Big East Opening Night Tip-Off Show, Tuesday at 6:30 Eastern on FS1.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Don't you just ride the wave?
No. We actively manage client portfolios based on our forward-looking views of the market.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions, right?
No, we don't sell commission products. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our clients' best interests.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep. We do better when our clients do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
The leap of faith. Some hesitate, but not you. You don't ask what if. You embrace what's next with open arms. You don't question your decision. You double down. Because you know the thrill is worth it. Introducing the 2022 Telluride Nightfall Edition.
There's brighter days ahead, and I know.
The University of Hawaii at Manoa will give you the tools to follow your dreams, to create change and cultivate growth, to transform through innovative research, making a difference locally and globally. Eia Ke Kahua. It starts here. Go to takemetomanoa.org today.
Music of the islands. Different islands.
Hey, it's a little bit different, right? I mean, we have Enter Sandman at some stadiums. We have Jump Around at some stadiums. It's a different vibe on the island, man. You're right. It's an island. We're on the island. Hey, it's some island music. Bob Marley and the Wailers.
14-7. Here's Bell picking up 7. So San Diego State up as we begin the fourth quarter, and they have won 20 straight when leading after 3. So things bode well for the Aztecs, but things can turn on a dime. It's only a 7-point ball game.
And we know what this Hawaii defense has done so many times this year. They force turnovers. Have to be careful of that if you're San Diego State. Forced one earlier in the game with a sack on Lucas Johnson.
Johnson on 3rd and 5. Pass is complete, diving for the first down. It is going to be a close call.
Yeah, Elijah Cody had a big game a week ago against Fresno State. As soon as he catches this thing, he dives for the first down. I think that he's got it. He extends that ball, looks like, well past that first down marker. And they gave it to him.
Good effort by Elijah Cody. You don't see many wide receivers wearing the number 96.
You do not see that.
He actually left the game last week for a little while. Had a career high in receiving yards, all in the first half with 105. Making plays here in the fourth quarter. Lucas Johnson cuts it back up inside, picks up a couple. That was Justice Tavai on the stop, his brother. The defensive line for San Diego State. He has 4 brothers who have all played or are playing Division I college football. Went to Miracosta High School in Manhattan Beach. Hails from Inglewood, California. Pressure coming on Johnson. Gets it off right away. Well done. just completing that pass to Greg Bell.
Yeah, Muasau was able to apply the pressure, get the ball out of Lucas Johnson's hands a little bit quicker than he wanted to there. Able to get it out to Greg Bell.
That's now 4 straight completions for Johnson.
And it's unusual when you have one of those linebackers mugged up in the A gap like that. Usually there's going to be some sort of call. They'll squeeze, they'll turn the protection. Squeeze means that guard will normally come down to prevent that from happening. You don't want to have the defender with the shortest path to the quarterback to get there unabated. A little unusual that they didn't make a call to account for that.
Little bit behind Shavers. Great body control to make the catch for the Aztecs and pick up the first down.
Again, Shavers had his first touchdown of the season a week ago. Started off at Alabama, then was at Mississippi State. He also had a few drops in that game against Fresno State and was able to make a couple of big plays. So just been a little inconsistent, but a nice grab right there for the first down. And he's a big target, just has to be more consistent catching the football.
6'6", 210 pounds is Shavers, giving the Aztecs a fresh set of downs. And here's Cody again, picking up another first down for San Diego State.
Expect to see some sort of adjustment here defensively for Hawaii. They're just giving too much cushion on the outside. You see Todd Graham none too happy on the sideline right there. You know that he's making those defensive calls. You're going to see those defenders mugged up, I believe, on the outside now. No more free access, easy throws, and here you can see much tighter coverage.
3 consecutive first downs passing for the Aztecs. Bell patiently running inside the 30-yard line.
Kaneshiro able to make that tackle right there on Bell, coming up from that safety position. Go edge with the throws.
And again, with that Fresno State loss to Boise State today, San Diego State sitting atop the West. They could improve to 8-1 and have a 1-game lead in conference play over Nevada. Deep pass, and that is clearly pass interference. Hugh Nelson was going to give him no chance to catch it. Just a shove before the ball gets there from the junior from Powder Springs, Georgia. Here's another look.
Yeah, and he's going to try and get this ball to Elijah Cody, and you said Hugh Nelson. He gets his eyes in there on Cody.
Defense. 15-yard penalty.
And just he sees Cody turn around for that ball, and he's like, all right.
Yeah. In college, it's 15 yards.
Hey, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this right. I know he's not going to be catching this ball on me, so I might as well just push as hard as I can on that one. You can see he's standing over there by Todd Graham now. He's not going to put him on. He's going to be in the doghouse for a play or two.
1st and 10 for the Aztecs from the Hawaii 14. Greg Bell wrapped up and not going anywhere. That was this Hawaii defense has made some plays tonight. You look at how upset Todd Graham was, but Quentin Frazier wraps him up behind the line of scrimmage, playing that spur position from San Diego. To Mater Dei and Azusa Pacific.
A nice physical play right there as well. It recognizes it quickly, beats a block, makes a nice tackle.
Johnson cutting it up inside, upended. Picks up the first down. Thought for a second he was going to score, though. Gets up slowly as we do have a flag down.
Holding. Offense. 72. 2-yard penalty. Made second down.
72, the center. Alama Lava. Let me try that again. Luave.
Luave. You're right. And this can be the problem when you have man-to-man coverage. Do that as an adjustment to give less access on the outside, but everybody had their backs turned with the wide receivers downfield. Lucas Johnson took off on that one. That hole from Luave brought that one back.
A lot of work to do here. 2nd and 24. Johnson again. That was Tufanga. Just too fast for Johnson. He was not going to turn the corner on Isaiah Tufanga.
Yeah, Lucas Johnson was going for the old dead leg here on the outside. You can see he tries to slow down Tufanga, not falling for it though. Does a nice job. Hey, you watch that midsection. You watch those hips. Whenever the runner, the ball carrier is doing, the feet may move in funny ways, the shoulders may move in funny ways, but that midsection, that's always going to tell you where that ball carrier is going to go. That's what you saw right there, and allowed him to make that tackle.
Here's Bell, and the ball's down, but they're saying that Bell was down.
Ruling on the field, the runner was down prior to the fumble.
8:22 to go here in the game.
Kaneshiro again coming up from that safety spot to make the nice tackle. We're going to see if that knee was down before. Yeah, you see his forearm goes down, and once that entire forearm is down, ball carrier's down, that's when that ball popped out. 4th and 19 here. We know Matt Areza has got one heck of a leg. This kick is going to be into the wind, but not very long for him.
Areza up and good. So now a 10-point ball game. San Diego on top of Hawaii. Time for the Rainbow Warriors to get something going.
Jake from State Farm. What's good?
Oh, Patrick?
Nah, fam. Just your typical sneakerhead working here for the employee discount. But speaking of deals, I heard regular guys like me are getting the Patrick price. That can't be real, right?
Listen, State Farm offers rates that fit any budget. Even yours, typical sneakerhead.
Wow. Just anyone now?
Yeah.
Man, these just sold out then.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Ideas are nothing until we make them real. Even the best ideas take passion, perseverance, and determination. Everything we've ever done is nothing compared to what we imagine for the future. Harness the power of dreams.
There are beautiful ideas that remain in the dark. But with our new multi-cloud experience, you have the flexibility you need to unveil them to the world.
All it takes for the McRib, with its tangy and juicy flavor, to be crowned the most important sandwich of the year is to simply return. The most important sandwich of the year is back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Shop our holiday best deals now through Saturday at Target. Save on select Beats headphones, TVs, laptops, and more. With new deals starting Thursday at Target.
Sunday on Fox, the Broncos take on the Cowboys. Wow! Then Aaron Jones leads the Packers against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Touchdown!
It all kicks off Sunday on Fox. Check for the game in your area.
So it's a 10-point ball game.
Do you hear that? They're
Jump
playing,
around.
They're playing jump around too. They got jump around. They got island music. I'm guessing they did not have Enter Sandman though at any time during
I would not put it past him.
He got some variety on the island.
You got to know how to party if you're an island liver or lover. 14-play, 57-yard scoring drive that ended in a field goal, ate up 8 minutes and 26 seconds. That was the longest scoring drive by time allowed by Hawaii this season. Fair catch called for, and the Rainbow Warriors need to get something going with a quickness. 7:41 to do so.
Let it go. Let it go.
This app is about to change the way you think about weather. Welcome to a new world that will blow your mind.
This has always been my passion. Our mobile 3D radar tech is the first of its kind.
Taking a trip? FutureView gives you a long-range look at the weather so you can relax and enjoy.
We'll cover severe storms like you've never seen before.
America's weather team is on the new Fox Weather app. Download now at foxweather.com.
Fox Wednesday. The semifinals are here, and the double elimination throws the show into chaos.
What? Are you kidding me?
An all-new Masked Singer, followed by an all-new Alter Ego, Wednesday on Fox.
Buttercup, baby.
Up would be the operative word there, pal.
Yeah. All right, have a good day.
If you ride, you get it.
Oh, wow, we're really backed up.
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
With Early Paycheck, you can get your direct deposit up to 2 days earlier. That's another reason banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
Well, honey, which one are you going to open up first? That one! No way!
Yep, even easier than that. Plus, with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
That's poison ivy.
With clean, fresh ingredients, Panera's new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread is a mouth-watering explosion of yes. Craft? Yes. Heartiness? Yes. Living life to the flavor fullest? Heck yes. Panera. Live your yes. Now $1 delivery.
Big East College basketball is back, and for the first time ever, we're going to bring you 7 live season opening games from the studio. Get ready to watch hoops like never before as we bounce around from game to game. The Big East opening night tip-off show. You can catch it live Tuesday at 6:30 Eastern right here on FS1. I have St. John's, Mississippi Valley State. Glad to see that hoops is back.
Calling that game with JJ?
I am calling it with Casey Jacobson.
Parson, the ball carrier.
And this is Dietrich Parson. And for Hawaii, since scoring on the 3rd possession of the game, they've just had nothing going. Punt, pick, 3 punts in a row, a fumble, and another punt. Chevan Codeiro, 89 passing yards in the game for the Hawaii quarterback.
Just one drive, longer than 6 plays the entire game. That one ended with a punt.
Rolling to his right, but again, that San Diego State defensive front able to provide just enough pressure to force him to unload it.
Well, enough pressure, and I think it's always so important when you have a quarterback that can run like Chevan Codeiro, is to rush intelligently as well. Understand that he can escape. So they've done a nice job on the edges, as you can see right there, not giving him an opportunity to escape, but not leaving those vertical lanes along the defensive line to allow him to run upfield.
Hawaii 2 for 9 on 3rd downs. Looking at 3rd and 5 here. 4-man rush. Codeiro complete at the 44-yard line. And that's Zion Bowers. Zebo, as they call him. His first catch of the game.
Yeah, nice job Codeiro right here in the pocket. Settled down a little bit low with the throw, but able to make the completion.
Parson out across the 50.
That will be by number 24.
And Parson doing a nice job, his 10th carry of the game. Creeping up on 50 yards, averaging about 4.6 yards per carry. Here's Parson again, spinning his way to the first down.
Hey, spun on the previous play to get some extra yardage, spun right there, opposite direction. He looks like he's a little banged up on here, holding that shin and that left leg.
Now this would not be good with Day Hunter out. They would have to turn to Calvin Turner to be their primary ball carrier, back with 6:24 to go after this.
Regina approaches the all-electric Cadillac Lyric. It's a sunny day.
Nah, a stormy day.
Classical music plays.
Brass band, New Orleans.
She drives hands-free along the coast.
Make it Palm Springs. Cadillac is going electric. If you want to be bold, you have to go off script.
Experience the all-electric Cadillac Lyric.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Big East Hoops return, and we bring you the action like never before. Here we go. With live look-ins of all 7 games. Plus, you can watch your favorite team on its own channel on the Fox Sports app. The Big East Opening Night Tip-Off Show, Tuesday at 6:30 Eastern on FS1.
I love every bit of what I do. Something about getting into a tractor early in the morning.
It's in your blood, is what it is.
I've always wanted to be a cowboy.
You have to be tough. You have to be gritty. No matter what it is doing outside, you have to get the job done.
When you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, and that's how we feel.
Learn to appreciate the simple things that make you happy.
At Finger Hut, we don't define you by your credit score. We celebrate you being you. So we offer low monthly payments on the stuff you need, things you love, and brands you trust. As you build your credit history with a Finger Hut credit account. If you're looking for the latest electronics, kitchen essentials, clothes, toys, and more, you'll find it all at Finger Hut. You do you, and we'll help build your credit at fingerhut.com.
Finger Hut credit accounts are issued by WebBank, member FDIC.
Dedrick Parson left the game, was grabbing his shin on the field. Looked like they were checking out the left ankle there, Robert. Here's another look at the play.
Yeah, it's really hard to see what happens. Maybe as he's fallen to the ground there, his foot might have gotten caught in the turf a little bit. That can happen with the longer cleats. Sometimes that foot gets caught in the turf and torques that ankle a little bit.
Codeiro back to pass again, throws off his back foot. This is Turner. And looked like he had a little room, but you could see the closing speed from Patrick McMorris.
Well, he's a guy that just stands out on film. One of the first plays that I saw preparing for this game, you watch McMorris and you see that closing speed. Some guys just move differently, and you can tell immediately that it's just somebody that's got a different type of speed, different type of explosiveness, and that's exactly what you see from McMorris.
And here's Turner. Very casual was Codeiro on the snap, just kind of standing there for a minute and then give it to Turner.
Yeah, a little delay draw right there. Didn't quite go with the full Statue of Liberty. I saw that the guys were practicing that on Big Noon kickoff, but yeah, he gets back in the stance, take a couple steps back.
And of course, it's McMorris again on the tackle. He is such a ball hawk. He seems to be around the ball. 3rd and 9. Codeiro complete. It's Nick Marker making the catch and picking up the first down for the Rainbow Warriors. Just over 5 to go in the ball game, down by 10. They're going to need 2 scores.
Nice job, though, on this drive. We know that Codeiro has struggled throwing the football for most of the game today. Great delivery right there to Mardner.
On the 23. Michael Showcroft on the stop, and Turner may have picked up 1.
Well, again, a luxury when you're down to your third option. I'm going to go back to that pass to Mardner. Good decisive delivery on that one from Codeiro. Don't think a lot. Just go out there and execute the play.
5 different pass catchers for Hawaii. Mardner leading the way with 34 yards. That one complete. Picks up 5, maybe 6 yards. Caleb Phillips, the tight end from Encinitas, California. Phillips is an interesting situation. He played linebacker at Stanford, graduated from Stanford, got his degree, came to Hawaii as a graduate transfer, and now he's playing Hawaii. Bo Graham saw some old high school tapes, said, you know what, I think we can make him a tight end again. He was a really good tight end in high school, Solano Beach. And there's Turner inside the 10 and down to the 5-yard line.
Well, a good call here from Bo Graham, the offensive coordinator. Understand the situation. Understand what is likely to be coming. What's likely to be coming? Pressure. Have an answer for that pressure. You see Calvin Turner leaking out of the backfield on that one. Codeiro does a nice job staying calm, making the delivery.
There's Turner again trying to quiet the crowd. Don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage. Andrew Leckie looked like he was the first man there for San Diego State.
Time really becoming important here. You do have your timeouts, but you want to score here quickly. As you say, down 10, you're going to need either a field goal or a touchdown.
Into the end zone, incomplete. Turner did a nice job of blocking to give Codeiro time. Looking for Zion Bowens in the end zone.
As I was saying about the timing issue here, obviously you need to get some points. You're either going to need a touchdown, a combination of a touchdown and a field goal here. But of course, you also have to be able to stop San Diego State on the ensuing drive.
Parsons still out of the game. Turner remains in at running back. 3rd and goal here for Hawaii. Tipped and nearly intercepted in the end zone. Ball falls to the ground. 4th down coming up. So Hawaii will get their 3 here.
Boy, eerily similar to a week ago. Codeiro had one tip near the goal line against Utah State, and that ball was actually picked off.
That ball was tipped by Michael Shawcroft. And the field goal is up and good. So back to a 1-score game. Hawaii gets the field goal kicking off. Coming
up. You hear that? The calm before the storm. The moment where anything is possible. It's where the revolutionary, the bold, and the powerful stand apart from the pack. It's gonna be electric.
King Woods goes head-to-head with Roman Reigns. Who will rule SmackDown, the king of the Tribal Chief? Find out. All new edition of Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Hey, Google.
Once upon a time, there was a solar flare. So I hid, and I found you. Now I'm developing something interesting.
Hello, Tinge.
If we don't go before that storm hits, we'll die. I've got to get this show on the road.
Do you think we'll make it?
Not without my team.
Finch. Rated PG-13.
With 12 institutions nestled in the nation's most desirable destinations, you'll see us enjoying life at the peak of celebration. As you witness us not only win, but win the right way, you'll find us competing at the peak of integrity. As our more than 5,000 student athletes take the field of play with unequaled passion, you'll find us performing at the peak of competition. The Mountain West is at the peak.
Fox Tuesday, the show critics love, is all new.
The Franklins don't do anything without an agenda.
Our Kind of People, all new Tuesday on Fox or watch anytime.
Last win against San Diego State in Hawaii by the Rainbow Warriors back in 2019. Got a couple of touchdowns from Jason Matthew-Sharsh and Fred Holly. Hawaii prevails 14-11 after the missed field goal from Matt Ariza. We don't see that very often with that powerful leg. So Hawaii wins the West Division title. They advance to the championship game against Boise State. And now they are trying to win on their home turf once again, down by 7. They get their first score since the 3rd drive of the game. And it is now 17-10.
Of course, you watch for an onside kick here. Anything is possible. The ball security at a premium right now.
They decide to kick it deep, bounces to the 5-yard line. And how about the kickoff coverage? Hawaii almost able to take him down to the 10, and they eventually do. Jordan Bird to the 13. 2:52 to go. We're back after this.
With DirecTV Stream, I can get live TV and on demand together. Watch Serena Williams, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman.
You cannot be serious!
Get your TV together with the best of live and on demand. Introducing DirecTV Stream.
How did Panera come up with the idea to combine their famous mac and cheese with their iconic grilled cheese? By saying yes. Yes to new inventions. Yes to clean and fresh ingredients. And yes to living life to the flavor fullest. Panera. Live your yes. Now $1 delivery.
Oh, I'm so glad we did this. I'm so glad we did this. I'm so glad we did this.
Life is for living. Let's partner for all of it.
I'm so glad we did this.
Edward Jones.
Everything we have seen, you guys don't believe in ghosts.
Hey!
I just think it would be cool to have a real encounter. Hey, oh, sorry.
911, all new Monday at 8/7 Central on Fox or watch anytime.
If you're over 50, imagine you could turn back the clock on your stiff, achy joints 10, even 20 years. Imagine you could do this without products that just temporarily hide the symptoms and may have side effects. Imagine no more. Get your complimentary sample of Instaflex Advanced just by texting FINE to 42424. Instaflex Advanced is different because it targets the root cause of joint soreness and stiffness. It doesn't just cover up symptoms. Instead, it bathes your joints in its unique combination of 5 key natural ingredients found in no other product. Key ingredients backed by 5 clinical studies. Instaflex Advanced is so powerful, you could have better knees in just 1 week. Maybe that's why it's #1 at GNC. But you can only get your complimentary sample by texting FINE to 42424. Plus, text now and we'll include a tube of Instaflex pain cream with its exclusive oxygenated oil for fast-acting relief from the pain of arthritis, backaches, and sore muscles, absolutely free. Text FINE to 42424.
7-point ball game here in Hawaii. The Hawaii offense, a couple of giveaways, They lead the FBS with 22 on the season for San Diego State. They wanted to establish the run with Greg Bell early and often. Certainly not eye-popping numbers, 21 carries for 65 yards and a touchdown, but it has been effective. Calvin Turner, one of the main weapons for Hawaii so far tonight. And now the job on the shoulders of this Hawaii defense. Get a stop here and give your offense one more chance to get back out there on the field. And here is San Diego State keeping it on the ground with Bell. Second down coming up after the gain of 4. The worst starting position for San Diego State in the game.
Well, and you like seeing that if you're Hawaii. You've got all 3 of your timeouts right there. But a nice game from San Diego State, staying on schedule, as you say. 4-yard gain on first down.
How aggressive can you be if you were Todd Graham in this Hawaii offense?
Hawaii defense.
Hawaii defense, thank you.
Yeah,
it's getting a little late. Mountain West after dark. And there's Bell again, picking up the first down for San Diego State.
Yeah, there's that first down, and likely that first timeout. 2-minute warning, of course, in college football. A nice run by Bell there. Be really careful. He let that ball get away from the frame of his body, and that, of course, is the last thing you want to happen in a situation like this, is where you lose the football. You have to wrap that thing up. He knows that this Hawaii defense needs to get this ball back. I'm surprised that they haven't called timeout here quite. Well, it's down to 2 seconds down the play clock.
And again, keeping it on the ground with Bell. Ball down. You just talked about the ball security for Greg Bell and how he was a little loose with it. Wouldn't it be something if Hawaii recovers a fumble?
Now they got the hand up. It's going to be second down, but the ball may have come out there at some point during the run. But it looks like if it did, San Diego State able to jump on the ball.
Spins out of a tackle. Ball comes out right there. Bell's able to corral it back himself.
Well, he's just getting so loose with that ball. When I say that get the ball outside of the frame of your body, people talk about points of pressure. You want the ball in the palm of your hand. You want it against your forearm, but you have got to keep that thing pressed against your body as well. And as soon as you start to get some separation, get that ball away from your body, especially in a situation like this, defenders can come in, and once they hit that ball, there's nothing to secure it. Ball security before anything. Nobody in the history of the game has scored a touchdown without the football. Gotta have a good grip on that thing, especially when you know that the Rainbow Warriors need to get it back in a late game situation like this.
Hawaii calls a timeout. Ball security always paramount, but with 1:25 to go in the game and a 7-point lead for your team, you can ill afford a fumble from your own 25-yard line. 2nd and 8 coming up for San Diego State. Did you run the ball again here?
Absolutely.
Here they go with Bell. Puts his head down, out past the 25. And check that between Bird on the carry.
Hawaii will take their second timeout.
And so Hawaii takes their second timeout. And, you know, you've got one of the best, if not the best punter in the country. You absolutely run it. You force them to burn their timeouts. Run some clock, try and get the first down if you can, but you don't want to do anything risky. And you know you've got a guy that's already kicked a 70-yard punt in this game. Understand what you have, and that's why a punter like that can be such a weapon. And it changes, as you can see. It can change literally the way that you call a football game.
A very conservative game plan for San Diego State. 42 runs to just 16 passes thrown by Lucas Johnson in this game. They have been a run-first team all season long, running 65% of the time. Now on 3rd and 7, to your point. Run again. If you don't pick it up, turn it over to Matt Ariza and let him go bombs away. Trying to bounce to the outside. That's not going to work. Quentin Frazier wraps up Jordan Bird. So 4th down coming up. Hawaii will get another shot. Matt Ariza coming in, averaging 52 yards per punt. Remember, he did have a punt in the first half that went 79 yards.
And still, even having that ball, well, this is a little bit different there. I guess that was Jordan Bird carrying that one. Seeing that ball go on the ground for Greg Bell earlier, you would think Jordan Bird would have had 2 hands. Golden rule as running back, 2 hands in traffic, meaning that you want to get a second hand on the ball when there are multiple defenders around, because those arms can come slapping in from different angles. Surprise right there. I mean, yeah, you want to try and get some yards on the play, but you got to be smart about it. If you're Jordan Bird, keep that ball close to the body and get that second hand over there, because they're coming in there to try and rip that thing out. All right, they were able to survive that. Now they need the big punt. Big-time players make big-time plays in big games, big situations. Matt Ariza, you've done it before. Can you do it again?
79-yard punt from Ariza in the first half. Gets his leg into this one and bounces out of bounds around the 30-yard line. So 17-10 with 1:16 to go. First touchdown of the game coming from Greg Bell, senior running back for San Diego State. And then Hawaii strikes back with their playmaker, Calvin Turner. And how about the fake field goal? What a call. Jack Browning in for the touchdown. And wouldn't that be something if the fake field goal is the difference? We get another field goal here from Hawaii a few minutes to go. That makes it a 7-point game. And now with 1:16, Chevan Codeiro, the junior from Honolulu,
the previous play,
has a chance to call it a comeback.
To 1:11. 1-1-1.
All right, so they are going to adjust the clock here to 1:11. So they just lost 5 seconds. And they have no timeouts, Robert.
Absolutely. No timeouts. San Diego State did what they needed to do at the end of that drive, forcing Hawaii to burn. So Hawaii had to burn all 3 timeouts on that previous drive from San Diego State.
Ball on the 31. Codeiro unloads. Just down to the 40-yard line. Parson back in the game. Remember, he left. He had that shin issue, that ankle issue. Tough kid.
He's got that ankle issue. You can see the tape on that ankle. Almost looks like a boot. You can tell he wasn't 100% after he caught that ball.
Codeiro on second. First down.
Well, you don't want to
loses his helmet. Penalty marker.
Well, we're going to see if he actually removed the helmet. If the defender removes the helmet, that could be the penalty. He might have another little conference here, but surprised at the throw into the middle of the field like that, especially if it's not past the markers, because you don't have any timeouts left.
Exactly.
In this situation in the game. Oh yeah,
he might have got his hand in there.
He got his hand on there. It looks like he might have pulled it by the face mask. See that right hand come around as he's pulling on this one. And that's a Luby.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. 15-yard penalty at the end of play. Automatic first down. Number 0 remain in the game. For the foul, removing his helmet.
At the Aztec 40-yard line.
Well, he said number 0. It's not. Yeah, number 0. That's Day-Day Hunter, who hasn't been out there. There's Zion Bones.
Oh, Codeiro chased out of the pocket by Thomas. Just has to get rid of it. So 2nd and 10 coming up. 37 seconds left. Ball's on the 40. And Hawaii has to find the end zone, so they need some chunk plays.
Yeah, they certainly need some chunk plays, and they need some routes that finish near the sideline to give the receiver an opportunity to get out of bounds. Can't complete passes in the middle of the field.
This one to the sideline and out of bounds is Carson after making a catch. But you got to pick up more than 5 here with 33 seconds to go.
Well, you're obviously going to be going for it on 4th down if you don't get it. Again, the key, if you're not going to get a 1st down, that completion has to be near the sideline to give yourself an opportunity. Although you can get up and spike and still get a couple of opportunities.
Pressure coming off the edge, and then Codeiro just has to get rid of it. That was a Luby who was right in his face before he unloads. So 28 seconds to go, 4th and 5. This is going to be it.
And now, of course, you have to get that 1st down. So you have to make that completion anywhere that you can. And if you do make it in the middle of the field, then they stop the clock to move the chains.
Look at the 4th down numbers here. 4 for 17 on the season for Bo Graham's offense. Complete the pass inside the 25.
Stop the clock to move the chains.
Starting back up here momentarily.
There it goes. They got that thing set quickly, but then again, you have the 1st down, so you can spike it and kill it.
That was Zion Bowen, Zebo making the catch for Hawaii. Bowen's 3rd catch of the game puts him in scoring position with 19 seconds to go.
You always like tight ends and those big targets in the red zone. You've got Nick Gardner, number 84, 6'6", Caleb Phillips, the Stanford transfer, 6'5".
Ball in the 23 for Hawaii. Codeiro backing up, unloads. And that was over the head of Caleb Phillips. 14 seconds, 3rd down coming up.
Try it again. Try to hit that tight end target. Thanks. Able to get there just a little bit late. Got Phillips down here now.
3-man rush from San Diego State. Short pass inside the 20. Not enough for the 1st down. Let's see if they can spike it. 5 seconds to go in the game.
You have to.
They got to do it quick. Wow. I don't think they're going to be able to get it off.
Nope.
Too much time. Ball game. That's it.
The clock expired prior to the snap. That's the ball game.
You just can't do that. You can't complete that in the middle of the field on a 3rd down because you can't spike it to stop the ball because it's going to be 4th down.
Disappointing ending as Hawaii had a shot. They started picking up a couple of yards, had a penalty, and they end up falling just short. 17-10, the final. And all smiles for Brady Hoke as the Aztecs improve to 8-1. I guess they're reviewing something here on the previous play. That according to Christian Watson, our referee. I don't know exactly what they could be looking at.
Previous play, now under review for any type of timing issue.
For any type of timing issue.
I don't know if Dean's still here to explain this one.
Well,
I mean,
here's what I think
the ball was the ball. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I think the timing issue was that they ran out of time. I didn't see a timing issue.
Yeah, because they never attempted to snap the ball, so there couldn't be a review of whether they snapped the ball on time because they never snapped the ball.
All right, let's bring in Dean Blandino. Dean, did you see anything here?
No, look, the play ends short of the line of gain, so the clock's running, and then Hawaii has to get lined up and snap the ball before it hits zero. And as you can see, they are going to get lined up. Clock hits zero, and they didn't get the snap off. So replay's just double checking, but really there's not a lot here. The game should be over.
Oh, they did snap the ball. I was mistaken. I wasn't sure that they got that snap off, so they would want to see if the clock hit zeros before that ball was snapped.
I mean, it looked to me like
because they whistled it dead at that point.
A solid 2 beats before they got the snap off.
Yeah.
All right, Dean, thank you very much.
After further review, replay has confirmed the clock expired prior to the snap. That is the ball game.
As the boos rain down from the stands here at the Ching Complex in Hawaii. 7-point victory for 24th ranked San Diego State coming to Hawaii. Never an easy place to play. Robert Smith and myself back to wrap things up after this.
As someone who resembles someone else, I appreciate that Liberty Mutual knows everyone's unique. That's why they customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. I mean, just because you look like someone else doesn't mean you eat off the floor or yell at the vacuum or need flea medication. Oh, yeah, that's the spot. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. How can you tell which one's the better deal?
Bring in Dad from Sarasota.
Dads are great, but let's say, show me the Carfax value. You'll get the most accurate price based on the vehicle's accident history. Shop at the all-new Carfax.com.
Lift off. Woo. Hey, you can't stop what you can't catch. You can't catch what you can't see. I'm so stealth, you ain't get the message.
Want more from your vitamins? At Nature's Bounty, we give you more. More immune support with the only vitamin C that lasts 24 hours. More restful sleep with the first ever triple action sleep supplement. We put more of our brains into helping your heart. We give you more wellness solutions backed by rigorous science than we ever have before. Nature's Bounty gives you more so you can live bountifully.
When you get a chip in your windshield, trust Safelight. This couple was headed to the farmer's market. When they got a chip, they drove to Safelight for a same-day repair. And with their insurance, it was no cost to them. That's service the way you need it.
Safelight Repair, Safelight Replace.
Tossed, buffalo, sauced, hot honey, flipped, boneless, dipped, Arby's, razzled, buffalo, dazzled, hot honey, $5 boneless wings and crinkle fries deal. Arby's, we have the meat.
24th ranked San Diego State comes to Hawaii and escapes with the victory. 17-10, the final here in Hawaii for the Aztecs, sitting atop the West Division after that loss by Fresno State.
Yeah, Fresno State gets knocked out by Boise State earlier today after San Diego State lost to them a week ago, and then San Diego State got Nevada coming up on the 13th, then at UNLV. And then they finish up against that Boise State team. Maybe a rematch in the Mountain West Championship game, East versus West.
The Aztecs surfing into Hawaii and leaving victors, the kind of game that Robert Smith loves. 43 runs for the Aztecs. Hard-hitting, hard-fought game here in Hawaii. Thanks for watching, everybody.
I got some things to get off my chest, so I'm going to go ahead and kick this one off. Receivers, notoriously divas, we know that.
You really gonna say that as a player?
Personality doesn't make plays.
You went to Columbia?
You're smart. What's the difference between the old school and the new school?
Hey, ain't where you from, it's where you at.
How many
many footballs were on the field at one time? Carrying 2, remaining 1.
Speak for yourself. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
Let me tell y'all something, and I'm only gonna say this once.
Get your free adult comedy fix.
Free?
Free. Thousands of titles.
Ding, ding.
Thousands of laughs.
Got that?
It's not suitable for work.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Not suitable for kids. Not suitable for...
Itchy.
Well, most.
Are you meandering towards a point?
Featuring the dope, star-studded Tubi original, The Freak Brothers.
Yeah, I can't handle it.
Tubi, the largest free destination for all your favorites. Download and watch free.
Let me tell y'all something, and I'm only gonna say this once.
Get your free adult comedy fix.
Free?
Thousands of titles.
Ding, ding.
Thousands of laughs.
Got that?
Featuring the dope, star-studded Tubi original, The Freak Brothers.
Yeah, I can't handle it.
Tubi, the largest free destination for all your favorites. Download and watch free.